Friday Night Lights in Lebanon tonight for Ozark Conference football, along with Dave Millsap. I'm Kevin Stubblefield, and great to have you along on regional radio and myozarksonline.com. It is the I-44 rivalry renewed tonight between the Waynesville Tigers and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. LHS running through the first 4 weeks in good shape. They are ranked number 4 in the state in Class 5, and Dave, the Road Warriors are home for the next 2 Friday nights, so that's comforting.
Feels pretty good to have about a 15-minute drive to the stadium and get ready to play football, and I'm sure the Jackets are glad to be here, and they'll have a huge crowd on hand tonight. But holy cow, they took a huge crowd over to Polk County to play Bolivar last week, too, and the Jackets come up with a win when they went over to Bolivar by the score 47-3. Interesting game here. As we know, the Waynesville Tigers really struggled over the last few years, and they're 1-3 this season. Their only common opponent with Lebanon so far has been Parkview, and the Jackets beat Parkview, and so did Waynesville. That's their only win of the season, beating them 46-22. I guess the other common opponent is Kickapoo. Lebanon beat Kickapoo here, and the Waynesville Tigers lost to Kickapoo last week 35-8. You used an interesting comment when you said the I-44 rivalry. Everybody talks about the rivalry between Lebanon and Camden, and certainly that overshadows all other rivalries. But I can remember when Waynesville-Lebanon was a big football game, and it still probably is, I think, for most of us, when the Waynesville Tigers come to town, and they usually bring a host of people with them as well. And I think comments made by Will Christian during a couple of your shows this week and your postgame show last week was you respect your opponent. And I think you come out, you look at the Waynesville Tigers, you say they're 1-3, but they're the Waynesville Tigers, and you better be ready to play some football.
Got to be ready to play in the OC. This series, from our record standpoint, dating back to 1964, is dead even, 29-1, but dominated by the Yellow Jackets since 2010. Their only loss was in the 2013 district tournament here in Lebanon, and that was 9 years ago. So the Jackets have had the Tigers' number.
And Will Christian looking for his 120th victory as the Lebanon head coach tonight. And as you said, Lebanon's had the Tigers by the tail, to use Buck Owens' analogy there, for the last decade or so. But, you know, again, I think you look at this, and Lebanon's played really well, and again this week, and I'm sure you get bombarded with the same thing about how good are we. I can only tell people I think we're really good, and they're right when they say, well, have we played anybody? Well, Kickapoo wasn't bad. Bolivar's a decent football team. But, you know, we haven't been challenged, and part of that is because we're a really good football team. And I think, again, every Friday night you just look at it, and, you know, sometimes I think from a coaching standpoint, Kevin, don't you think, I'm not going to worry about my opponent. I just need to worry about the group of 50-some kids that are going to see action tonight and make sure they do their job and do their assignments so they get better at it each week.
Waynesville under the direction now of new head coach Kyle Barkley. So this is the third head coach that Waynesville's had since Rick Vernon's tenure ended after the 2013 season. So it's been kind of a revolving door and really hard to get a program established for the long haul when you're changing coaches as much as Waynesville has.
And Kyle Barkley has kind of got it down to some very basics. They're going to run the football a lot. They've only thrown the football 8 times this season for 109 yards, but they've got a good quarterback in Davin Vernon, and he can run the football. They've got Palmer that can run, Kelsey Jr. that can run. So they've got people that they're going to hand the ball off and run. And, you know, I go back, as you do, back to the 70s and the 80s with Lebanon football, and they went through that gambit of football coaches there, and that really disrupts, I think, football maybe more than any other sport because schemes change. And I remember, playing for Jess Grizel, and we ran this offense, I think it was a pro set, or maybe, no, it was Wishbone. And then Dave Thomas came in, and we ran out of pro set and ran out of the I, and the numbering system all changes and all that type of stuff. And, you know, kids can adapt, but I think it takes a while to get all that put together. And we've seen that over the years ourselves at Lebanon, and stability is the key to building a program. And that stability a lot of times depends on how much backing you're going to get in the community to let you get a program going.
Well, stability from a football standpoint and also from a relationship standpoint between the coach and the student body and the student athletes. You want some continuation there as well to help build.
Well, you know, and for 18 years now here in Lebanon, this whole generation of kids have known only Will Christian as the head football coach. So from the time that they start at kindergarten and first and second grade, and they'll be here tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock ready to play jacket football out here on this field, they start learning the Lebanon system. They're around Lebanon football players. That's who they idolize. They hear the same lingo, same talk as they come through junior high football and into high school. And you know the scheme, you know the routine. But I think more important, especially Will Christian, I think drives us home maybe better than any football coach I've ever been around. He drives home his philosophy on how to play the game and how to conduct yourself as a student athlete. And I think we've seen the culmination of that certainly in the last decade.
Jackets and Tigers here on a Friday night at LHS, and we'll get our pregame show underway. Visit with Coach Kyle Barkley of the Waynesville Tigers. Coming up next, this is Lebanon Waynesville football on KJL. What's the I-44 rivalry resumed tonight?
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full-service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
Air Serv Heating and Air in West Waynesville is working these days keeping their customers cool with Luxair's high-performance heating and air conditioning equipment, which is top of the line. Since 1954, Luxair has stood for uncompromising quality and unmistakable attention to detail. Air Serv is your Luxair dealer, but they service all brands. So if your AC is not performing up to par, contact Air Serv at 505 Historic Route 66 at 433-3613 or 774-7805. When Mother Nature turns on the heat, you turn on the air. It's the cool thing to do.
I'm John Gideon with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Our athletes are winners on and off the field and the court. They play with integrity, strive to serve, are true team players, and intentionally seek excellence. Our banking team also embodies these leadership characteristics. When it comes to banking, choose the winning team, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, and go Jackets. We're all behind you 100%. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It's Waynesville and Lebanon tonight, and Coach Kyle Barkley of the Tigers joins us. Coach, through the first 4 weeks, kind of give us an indication of where Tiger football is right now.
Well, I think it's still a work in progress. Our schedule is pretty tough out of the gate, and just like most games in the Ozark Conference, every week you got to come ready to play. There's some things that we've had to battle through, and we've gotten some young kids some great experience. For the most part, we're okay, but we also need to understand that we need to get better each week, but we feel like we're going in the right direction.
Coach, if you could go through some of the first elements of the foundation that you tried to put into place for your program at Waynesville.
Well, obviously, we try to tell them to control what they can control. A lot of attitude and effort. Their actions and their reactions are all things that they can. The biggest thing that we're trying to is just like work ethic, just like most schools. And, it all starts in the weight room. And, the more people that we can get into the weight room and get stronger, we feel like it's going to help us not only just in football, but overall as an athletic program. Just that sort of thing, and understand that from an offense and defensive standpoint, you don't have to be the biggest, fastest, strongest, or whatever, as long as you understand what your game plan is and what you're capable of doing. Some good things will happen.
Coach, how much different or similar are your systems compared to what Coach Haynes had in effect?
I think it's totally different. The kids hadn't really said a whole lot. The coaches say it's simplified a little bit compared to previous years. I think Coach Haynes did a great job of having multiple formations where we have very little formations, and, our holes and everything may be a little different, but I think they was more of like a spread offense or more of a run formation type offense.
Coach, what is your background? Where are you from? And talk about your background in the game of football.
Well, I'm originally from Kansas. Grew up in Conway Springs, Kansas. Made my way to Garden City Community College, where I played football under Bob Larson, and then ended up in Arkansas Tech University in Russellville, where I finished out and got my degree there. And then my high school head coach actually got a job in Odessa, Missouri. And so when I graduated, he asked if I wanted to come on staff. And, you know, I've been blessed with coaches that have given me the opportunity over the time. And Coach Bliss did a great job of getting me started in Missouri, and I've been here ever since. I went from Odessa to William Chrisman, was a head coach in Lexington, Missouri, and now in Waynesville.
Your thoughts on the Ozark Conference, Coach, and the challenge that it is week in and week out for you?
Well, yeah, I mean, every team is talented. You look at it, we got 3, 4, maybe even, I'm pretty sure there's 4 teams that are ranked at some point during the season, but sometimes there's 5. So, you know, half your league's ranked in the classifications, and you know, you gotta definitely be prepared every week to play. And you know, it's a challenge, but I mean, shoot, if it wasn't a challenge, why would coaches do it, right?
Your thoughts on the Lebanon game tonight, Coach?
You know, Coach Christian does a great job over there. I mean, the past history speaks for itself. They got a very good offense and defensive line. Their running backs run hard. It's going to be a fun game, and they're very talented, and they play with a lot of passion.
In business, disruptions can be challenging, but they're also great opportunities for growth. How you respond makes all the difference. At Commerce Bank, we can help you spot potential, explore new possibilities, and get you on the path to success. In fact, we're built for this. We're built to help businesses be prepared, proactive, resilient. Commerce Bank. Challenge accepted. Visit us at commercebank.com/built-for-this. Member FDIC.
Whether it's getting your car ready for dangerous winter driving or roadworthy for a hassle-free summer vacation, Boggs Family Automotive at 14255 Highway 64 has been your trusted automotive source since the 1970s. Call and schedule an appointment today and drive with confidence, knowing that you're ready to deal with whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Boggs Family Automotive, 588-1882. That's 417-588-1882, and like them on Facebook.
Your look, your style, your image, your fashion. We know exactly what you're looking for.
For Granted Salon and Boutique in the heart of Osage Beach offers only the most high-end and luxurious apparel and hair services. Located off Osage Beach Parkway, across from Quick Car. Never be taken for granted.
Camber Lock Engineering and Manufacturing of Lebanon is a proud supporter of the Lebanon youth, not only athletically, but academically. And they would like to remind everyone that teaching sportsmanship and fair play is not only the responsibility of the school, but also every adult cheering on the Jackets. Have a good time cheering the Jackets on to victory, but do it with class. Camber Lock Engineering and Manufacturing of Lebanon is a proud supporter of the Lebanon Yellow Jackets.
If you've been here for almost 80 years and your business is on the 4th generation, you must be Crow Paint and Glass. Crow's offers a full line of PPG paints with all the brushes, drop cloths, and other supplies needed for any and all paint jobs. And not only do they carry auto glass, they do chip repairs, power windows and lock, door handles, and more. Along with auto glass, they do flat glass, mirrors, plexiglass, and many other glass types and installs. Crow's also carries hardware items, wallpaper, and even do custom framing. There are just too many things to mention, so stop in at Crow Paint and Glass, 390 West Elm in Lebanon.
Lebanon Ready Mix and Willard Quarries has the concrete you need, whether you're putting in a new patio, building, or remodeling, or just repairing. Lebanon Ready Mix and Willard Quarries delivers to Laclede County and the surrounding area, providing quality concrete to the homeowner and the building contractor. Free estimates are provided. They'll deliver any amount for all types of concrete construction when you want it and where you want it. Call Lebanon Ready Mix and Willard Quarries for prompt delivery to your job site. 532-27 6128.
First State Community Bank. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. As First State Community Bank, we're proud to support our Lebanon Yellow Jackets and Conway Bears. Being a part of the Laclede County community is important to us, and giving back is what we do. So we've got spirit. How about you? Go Jackets, go Bears. We are First State Community Bank. First State Community Bank. Success starts here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, online at fscb.com. Find us on Facebook.
So, how was your date with Tommy?
Oh, so fun. You know, he may not make a lot of money, but he always takes me to the coolest spots.
Like?
Well, we went to this place that serves totally home-style comfort food, like any kind of grilled cheese sandwich you want. So delicious and cozy, yet contemporary.
Can I come next time?
Yeah.
The Lunchbox Cafe, cooking up the best home-style foods for breakfast and lunch. Plus, they also are open for dinner from 4 to 7 p.m. on Friday. 106 East Commercial in Lebanon.
Yeah, I remember some things about my elementary school years. I remember, what's her name in 5th grade. I had a crush on her, but never told her. I remember the lunch lady. She used to bang a metal spoon on the counter when we got out of line. Her name escapes me. But I do remember the name of our bus driver, Mrs. Bernie Donnelly.
If you're looking for a rewarding career, the Lebanon R3 School District is now hiring and has openings for paraprofessionals, cooks, custodians, and bus drivers. These are well-compensated job opportunities with benefits to the right candidate, and signing bonuses are available. To find out more, go to lebanon.k12.mo.us.
Garner and Smith Insurance in Lebanon wants you to know that they're your local source for all your insurance needs and available in person, by phone, or virtually to answer any health insurance questions. Call today to schedule a free, no-obligation benefit review at 417-532-9491. Now's the right time to evaluate your current coverage and strengthen it. Make sure that you have the plan you need with the benefits you really want. Garner and Smith Insurance, across the street from Lebanon High School, supporting the Yellow Jackets and the community since 1976.
Mid-Missouri Stockyards has an extensive background and experience in the cattle industry. Zach Cox and Dan Romine have come together to create and build a successful livestock market in Lebanon and for the surrounding area. Located right off I-44, the facility creates a perfect place for sellers and a perfect location for buyers. They accept cattle on Wednesdays all day for their Thursday sale. Call Zach Cox at 417-777-1320 or Dan Romine at 573-578-4939. Or the barn Wednesday and Thursdays at 417-532-9292. And you can go online at midmissouristockyards.com.
I'm Kim Light from Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Coaches and athletes, we know you're working hard each day. This athletic season, remember, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks is behind you 100%. From your neighborhood banking family, good luck and play hard. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Air Serve Heating and Air in West Waynesville is working these days, keeping their customers cool with Luxair's high-performance heating and air conditioning equipment, which is top of the line. Since 1954, Luxair has stood for uncompromising quality and unmistakable attention to detail. Air Serve is your Luxair dealer, but they service all brands. So if your AC is not performing up to par, contact Air Serve at 505 Historic Route 66 at 433-3613 or 774-7805. When Mother Nature turns on the heat, you turn on the air. It's the cool thing to do.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the Movie Theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Well, it's the I-44 rivalry resumed tonight between Lebanon and Waynesville. Coach C joins us on the pregame show. Jackets coming in at 4-0 after a big win Saturday night over the Bolivar Liberators. Coach, was that a good outing for the most part for your team?
Yeah, absolutely. We felt very good in really all facets. Now, with that being said, as we talked about on the show on Wednesday, when you break down the film, there's always things that need to be improved on. We need to have a very humble and hungry approach to everything, and we've got to continue to grow and get better in every area. You are either improving or declining. There's no in between, and so we need to be making choices to get better, and I'm excited to see us address some of those things tonight.
Any specific area where some problems might be reoccurring?
Execution. And when I say execution, that means that we have a design play. It could be in any of the facets, be it special teams, defense, or offense. We're not all 11 people on the same sheet of music. And so when you look at it and you got, let's say, 9 doing it correctly and a couple not, that can hurt you. And so that's what we're working to do. So I know that might not be as specific as you want without me actually listing plays or coverages or blocking schemes on special teams. But the reality is that, and honestly, a lot of it, we don't got 11 yet. And that's what we're really battling towards, because that's when you really, really, really perform at a high level, when you get 11 people all doing what they're supposed to.
After 4 weeks, is this football team pretty much where you thought it would be?
Man, that's a great question, Kevin. I really didn't know. You know, when we entered our summer camp, we had obviously a lot of really nice pieces back on this football team this year, but we had a lot of new pieces. And so you never know how that's all going to melt together and what it's going to look like. And I'm very pleased with how our chemistry is. I'm very pleased with how the young players are progressing in our depth, because that was an area that we felt concerned with, primarily because our senior and junior class is not big classes. Our sophomore and freshman classes are bigger classes, and so that's where some of the depth would lie. And I've been pleased with that, and the progress of some of our new players, especially up front on the offensive line. I feel like we're maybe ahead of schedule, really honestly. But with that being said, we're not satisfied in any shape or form. I mean, with success comes higher expectation and a higher ceiling, and so we're trying to climb to that.
And Will, it doesn't seem like the depth chart has undergone a whole lot of upheaval, so looks like that has been pretty much a stable entity and not a whole lot of movement. So people are really they've kind of staked out their position, and they're staying there, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and of course, number one, we've been very blessed to be healthy. Obviously, that's a very important component, and we're very blessed in that area. And then the second thing is good performance, because poor performance will obviously quickly create the need for change. A lot of guys performing well, and really in two facets, which are very important in our constant evaluation. Number one is effort. We assess effort every day. And if a player isn't putting forth effort, that is a fast track to lose a job. The second is physicality. You must be physical in the way we play the game. We've got players that are doing those two things, and guys behind them doing those two things. So then it comes down to success and execution and grading that all out, and right now we feel very good about our lineup. We do have some positions with some kids pushing, but they haven't pushed over the top yet, and they just need to keep hammering away on the rock and keep trying. A lot of those kids are young, so they got time, and there's no need for them to be impatient. Some of them are, but there's no need for them to be, as their time will come. And you never know. I mean, you know, I talk about early in the season about how we evaluate all year, and we do, because we're talking about 15, 16, 17, and 18-year-olds. and things change in a hurry, and so we're not just going to say, well, this is it forever. We're going to continually evaluate, and I think it's good for those kids to know that that's going to happen, and that's really the way it is in the real world. I mean, Kevin, you look at your job, you know, you've got a sales team at your job, and they have to meet quotas, and if they don't for a long enough period of time, you're probably looking for someone else, and so it's good for them to learn that life is about performance, and you've got to do your very best and get it done, and usually if your effort is great, good things will happen.
Sports is just such in a general sense, such a great audition for life, as you mentioned. I mean, you audition for a job, you get a job, you got to keep your job.
Absolutely, and it's that way for everyone, no matter what profession you're in, and it's important that these kids understand that. I talk about this all the time, Kevin, throughout the year, and that's that this whole thing, football, softball, golf, whatever, tennis, it is all about being an extension of the classroom. That's what this is all about, helping these young people learn valuable life lessons that's going to help them be better in our community and better in the real world. That's what it's all about. It's not about winning games, scholarships, or any of the other things that sometimes seem to creep into the forefront. That's not what it's about. Now, obviously, all those other things are fun and great and goals and blah, 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 but at the end of the day, it's about developing better people for our community and the communities that they're going to go to.
Coach, a word about youth football underway, and it's just another resounding success for your program this year, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. Super proud of our first Saturday. We had all the flag kids out there, and it seems like a million of them, and they're having a great time, and I've gotten a lot of great feedback about our flag football league. And then following that is our contact portion, and you know, we split it up into 3rd and 4th graders and 5th and 6th graders, and it's only Lebanon, and you know, we're developing our system and fundamentals and developing Lebanon pride, and just really pumped about the whole program. Over 200 kids, and that's where it all starts, Kevin, and there's a lot of people involved. Jason Starnes is our youth director. Jason does a nice job of doing a lot of organizational work that I need help with because it's in our season. And then we have our players that officiate the games, and of course that requires parents and coaches to be understanding that the officiating is players. And I think our parents and coaches do a great job of understanding that, and understanding that we're able to get them so much cheaper and make the league affordable. I take a lot of pride, Kevin, in the fact that our league is the cheapest league in Southwest Missouri. And it's not the cheapest in its value. I think it's the top, but it's the cheapest in cost to the people of our community. And I think that's really important because that allows a lot of engagement. That allows a lot of kids, no matter what the socioeconomic situation might be, to be able to be a part of our program. They don't have to worry about a travel situation that can be very costly. It's all right here, and that's one of the reasons I just love football, because we're able to do it all in-house. We don't have to rely on those other things and develop our program.
Are you singing the same praise for the junior high program getting underway?
Without question, and of course it all starts with great leadership down there, and Zach Tucker has been our head junior high coach now for his 18th season the whole time we've been here. How phenomenal is that, Kevin, to have someone that's been a part of our program that long? And we have a great staff down there. Trey Overstreet is our head 7th grade coach. Trey is an extremely intelligent football coach, a great football mind, and a kid magnet. Kids love him. We've got the rest of our staff do a phenomenal job. And then, of course, you got Jolie Barber, and obviously they're not directly under our umbrella, but a lot of their kids come here, and Kyle Starnes does a phenomenal job over there. And so we've got a great situation right now at the junior high level, and it just goes from youth to them, and all play a humongous role in why our program is successful without any question.
Waynesville Tigers, the opponent tonight. Good to be back home for the next 2 weeks. Waynesville comes in with a record of 1-3. So what's been the Yellow Jacket mode of preparation this week?
Well, number one, we got to have our minds right. We got to be hungry. There's nothing given away in this league. In Class 5 football, you've got to earn everything. So we got to have our minds right. And I believe we've had a great week of prep, even though the weather, at least for 2 of the days, was pretty awful. But our kids battled through that really well. And I think, we're in a really good spot right now. And then the other part is getting ready for a challenging offense. We're playing a single wing team, which we haven't played. Honestly, the last single wing kind of looking team was us. In the Brock West time frame, we jumped the nap for a little while, and it's an offense that can be tricky, and you've got to do a really good job of staying dialed into your keys. You got to have really good pad level up front. You'll notice an offensive line from Waynesville that'll be foot to foot, a lot of double teams. It's really important that we beat double teams the right way, that we get to the heels, that we don't allow any type of push, and that we wrap up and tackle well. And obviously, if we get them behind the sticks, they're going to have a hard time. And so that's what we're going to need to do. And then offensively, just keep doing what we're doing and execute at a higher rate. Get a little closer to getting all 11, to grading out the right way on plays, and just continuing to push forward. And I really like the direction of all of it. Special teams wise, just continuing to fix little things. Some little things didn't hurt us, but they're visible on film. Some little things hurt us, such as in our kick coverage, staying fit the right way to a returner, beating a block the right way on our coverage. Those are some things that we've got to do a little bit better job of this week as we handle that.
New regime at Waynesville under Coach Barkley. You saw them with a live eye against Kickapoo last week. Has the preparation been a little bit more extensive now with a new coach and a new system compared to what it was the last couple of years?
Well, not really. I mean, we're going to be as extensive with everybody. I mean, I feel like every team and program, you need to be very prepared no matter what they're doing, what they're in. I have been impressed with Coach Barkley live and on film. I feel like that his football team is disciplined. I feel like his football team is playing physical, and I think the single wing is an identity. And it's an offense that clearly a purpose. They're trying to run the football, control the sticks, control the ball, keep their defense on the sideline and our offense on the sideline, and that's what we're going to have to do a good job of, not allowing them to be able to do that. And that's all going to start honestly up front. And so far, the grading has been good there. Our defensive line has played very well, but they're going to have a tall task. I think people will be impressed with the size of Waynesville's offensive line. They're big up front, and they do a nice job with their pad level. And so we've got to do a better job with ours and be very quick. And if we do that, I think we'll be in very good shape.
Well, 4 weeks in, district standings are now coming a little bit more into focus. Lebanon has a narrow lead on Camberton right now, both with the same one-loss record. So do you start paying a little bit more attention to that week to week, or you just go about your business and try to go 1-0 each week?
You got it, Kevin. 1-0 each week. We can't control that thing at all. We can't control state rankings. All of it, the district standings are a point thing, which I'm not near smart enough to be able to figure out or explain all of the processes of that with strength of schedule, bigger class, smaller class, all of that. Really, we're just trying to take care of business, because ultimately, Kevin, the head-to-head plays a role. Whether, like for right now, obviously, even if you are in a 2 spot with points, if you beat the one ahead of you, you flip them. That's really what ultimately is going to decide it, is those head-to-head battles, and one of them is tonight. And so we've got to take care of business, and just we'll let everything else fall at the end, and continue to try to be 1-0 then.
Very good. Thank you, sir. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you, Kevin.
Hi everyone, Jamie here from the Gravel Bar and Grill at Sand Spring Resort, inviting you to join us when you're in the Bennett Spring area for a great meal, like a J-Bar J-Burger or a Dirty Pickle Burger crafted with beef raised right on our farm in Laclede County. We also offer a variety of platters, sandwiches, baskets, pizza, and appetizers. Each Friday night, you can have all-you-can-eat catfish starting at 5 p.m. The Gravel Bar and Grill is located just a scenic short drive from Lebanon at the Niagara River Bridge on Highway 64. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
What do you say, Joe? Fish are biting? You and Linda going this weekend?
Well, I'd love to, but I can't afford the gas. And that two-stroke oil's $30 a gallon.
No problem. Do what I did. I repowered my old boat with a new Suzuki 4-stroke from LSK Marine. It uses about half the gas, and I just change the oil once a year. Makes my old boat seem new, and boy, is it quiet.
Sure thing. Half the gas sounds pretty good to me. I'm on my way to LSK Marine for a new Suzuki to get on my boat.
LSK Marine, Highway 5 and 64 in Lebanon.
I'm Kim White from Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Coaches and athletes, we know you're working hard each day. This athletic season, remember, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks is behind you 100%. From your neighborhood banking family, good luck and play hard. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for you every day as your complete source for all of your office supply needs with over 30,000 items to choose from, including all of your janitorial supplies and break room supplies, and we offer free local delivery on everything. Page Office Supply, 207 West Commercial Street in downtown Lebanon, and online at pageofficesupply.com.
You'll see a difference because we go the distance.
Call 417-532-4012.
Oh, real estate. Not really any fun, is it? Whether you need to move because of work, just time to move up, or size down, there's a ton of stuff to worry about when looking for a home. Are they asking too much? Why are they asking so little? Home inspections, deeds, utility costs? Will the home keep its value? Is it a good area? All the paperwork, the financing, the negotiating? Oh! I think I might have lost my marbles if it wasn't for my realtor.
RE/MAX Next Generation Angie Long started in this business because she loves helping people, and she loves seeing people's dream come true. So why wouldn't you call Angie Long at 718-2217?
Hi, I'm David Lehman of David Lehman Insurance. Are your insurance premiums giving you a wake-up call? We offer several options that allow us to provide coverage that fits your individual needs at affordable pricing. Stop in today for a free quote on any of your insurance needs. David Lehman Insurance, 2021 South Jefferson, Suite B, Lebanon, Missouri, or call 417-533-5444.
When it comes time for dentures, you do have choices. Drive an hour or more away or stay close to home. Have the extractions and wait weeks for the dentures, or you could have it done the same exact day. Lebanon Family Dentistry provides general dentistry and has the lab in-house. Dr. Stephen R. Sanders provides premium dentures that provide superior wear, resistance, long life, and a natural look. Lebanon Family Dentistry even does same-day dentures and same-day denture repair, as well as heat-cured realigns so your dentures will fit and feel better. Give them a call today at 417-588-1690 or 1-888-DENTURES. This provider is not a specialist in prosthodontics.
I'll never forget. It was late morning and I was at work, and that's when the wife called. See, she had a doctor's appointment to get to, and lo and behold, the garage door wouldn't open.
What am I supposed to do? I can't get the car out.
It's easy to take your garage door for granted. Until it isn't.
Supplying a trustworthy garage door is our specialty. Joe Osmer at Mid-Missouri Door can install and service any size door. Joe Osmer has been in the garage door industry for 3 decades. Call Joe Osmer today at 322-5585.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
Air Serv Heating and Air in West Waynesville is working these days, keeping their customers cool with Luxair's high-performance heating and air conditioning equipment, which is top of the line. Since 1954, Luxair has stood for uncompromising quality and unmistakable attention to detail. Air Serv is your Luxair dealer, but they service all brands. So if your AC is not performing up to par, contact Air Serv at 505 Historic Route 66 at 433-3613 or 774-7805. When Mother Nature turns on the heat, you turn on the air. It's the cool thing to do.
You're listening to Regional Radio for the Ozarks, KJEL Lebanon. The dedicated employees at G3 Boats in Lebanon know about the hard work and discipline it takes to have a winning team. We proudly support all our athletes and wish them the very best this season. G3 Boats, a great catch.
Lebanon Yellow Jacket Football, brought to you by Commerce Bank, Lebanon Ready Mix, Shadle's Colonial Chapel, Mid-Missouri Stockyards, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Angie Long of RE/MAX Next Generation, by G3 Boats, Missouri Cooperage, Camberlock Engineering, Garner and Smith Insurance, by Lebanon Suzuki, Sing Rental, The Gravel Bar, Henderson Heating and Cooling, and by Nature's Pantry, Pro Paint and Glass, David Lehman Insurance, SJB Golf, Page Office Supply, Tracker Boats, Missouri Eagle, McKell Industrial and Steel Supply, and also by Taylor's Dairy Joy, Great Life Golf and Fitness, by Napa Auto Parts, the Lebanon Booster Club, Mid-Missouri Door, Lebanon Family Dentistry, and also by Boggs Automotive, VFW Post 4107, Lebanon R3 Schools, the Lunchbox Cafe, by Seeger Toyota, Mid-Missouri Bank, Summit Natural Gas, by Lebanon R3 Schools, First State Community Bank, Granted Salon and Boutique, and by Bulldog Concrete. Well, kickoff approaching in about 3 minutes. Let's check the starting lineups tonight for the Waynesville Tigers on offense. Two tight ends, DJ Horry and Josh Best. On the offensive line, J.J. Rodriguez, Jacob Forshee, Nico Fowl, Ian Shepard, and Jonathan Hubbard. And Coach C was right about assessing the heft on the line for Waynesville. They go 290, 250, 270, 250, and 285 across the front. Chase Thomas Plummer is a running back, along with Michael Kelsey Jr. and Dylan Smith. David Vernon is the quarterback for Waynesville. Defensively, Josh Bass, Nico Fowl, Jacob Forshee, and Yadel Santana on the defensive end in the defensive line positions. Linebackers are Isaiah Hopper, Dylan Smith, and Michael Baker, along with Mason Perez. In the secondary, Tyreek Brooks, Johnny Hedrick, and Chase Thomas Plummer. For the Yellow Jackets on offense tonight, on the line, it's Ethan Faircloth at right tackle, Danon Conrad, the right guard, Brandon Hudson at center, Gunnar Williams, the left guard, and Thomas Howe is the left tackle. Slot backs are Nathan Bartell, along with Jax Glendenning, with Cade Musha, the fullback, Gavin Smith at quarterback, and Hoyt Honey and Austin Hendricks as the receivers. Defensively, Jaden Hubler and Jacob Suha on the nose, Preston Ellickson and Gunnar Williams, the defensive ends. Linebackers are Cade Musha, Nathan Bartell, and Jax Glendenning, along with Griffin Jones. And in the secondary for Lebanon, Austin Hendricks, the free safety, Jared Singh, the strong safety, Jacoby Foltz, and Caleb Nail are the cornerbacks. That's the lineups tonight for Waynesville and Lebanon as we get ready for football.
Jackets defensive line will have to muscle up tonight as they take on a very large offensive line of the Waynesville Tigers. But we've talked about this all season long. The Jackets probably not as big as they've been in the past, but the one thing that they are is quick, and quick off the ball both offensively and defensively, and Lebanon's defense has played really well.
Tigers have won the toss, and they will elect to receive and defend the north end zone here in the first quarter at Jacket Stadium.
And we've got a large crowd, as you would anticipate, for a Lebanon-Waynesville game, and the Jackets have been on the road most of the year. Only their second home game of the season as they beat Kickapoo here a couple of weeks ago. Lebanon won last week at Bolivar, 47-3. Jackets in their home black uniforms, gold numerals, gold helmets with the gold numerals not outlined. Black pants, no stripes. Waynesville with their white road uniforms, orange numerals with tigers across the chest. With white pants, no stripes. The black helmets with the tiger emblem on the side. They have orange numerals outlined in white. Black and orange striping on the sleeves of the shirt. Lebanon will kick off, go left to right. It's 70 degrees at game time. A 9-mile-an-hour wind out of the southeast will play probably no effect in this football game, as neither team will throw the football that often as we get set to play football on a Friday night. And the Jackets undefeated at 4-0, taking on the Waynesville Tigers in Ozark Conference action. And with the play-by-play, here's Hall of Fame broadcaster Kevin Stubblefield.
Brandon Howard is deep to return along with Chase Thomas Plummer for Waynesville. Rhett Rhodes has it teed up at the 40-yard line. Jackets won this matchup a year ago on the road, 55-20. Plummer will get an opportunity from the 6-yard line. Straight up the hash marks, now veers to the right, finds a little opening, and he spins his way out to the 30-yard line for a good return. Caleb Nail made the tackle for Lebanon.
Also there to help wrangle him down was Cameron Myers. Good coverage by the Lebanon kick team. Plummer with a lot of speed, and we'll say his name a lot tonight. He'll carry the ball a lot. He's carried it 48 times already, 6 touchdowns on the season, 432 yards, as he'll be one of the running backs in a trio of running backs that we may see out of this Waynesville Tiger team, as well as their quarterback, who's run the ball 49 times coming into this game.
David Vernon will set things up for Waynesville. And he takes the snap, and out of the single wing, a whistle and a flag before we get things underway.
Probably going to be illegal motion against the Waynesville Tigers. Somebody with a false start. And that is going to be not the call. It's actually going to be Lebanon lined up in the neutral zone. So the Jackets, who have really played pretty disciplined football and stayed away from the flags, gets an early one in this one. And the Tigers will get a free 5 yards out of that. It'll be first down and 5 for the Tigers.
From the 36. Football on the right hash mark for Waynesville.
They overload the right side.
As Vernon crouches, takes the snap, he's going to run the football himself, and with a good push, he's out close to the 40-yard line and near a first down for Waynesville as he ran to the strong side of the formation.
Musha was there, and along with Austin Hendrick. Hendrick coming off the corner spot.
Gain of 4. It'll be second down and 1 for the Tigers. Just underway at Lebanon.
Lebanon with a 5-man front, and now the Tigers swing the gate going right, Kevin. They loaded everybody up on the right side, and now a whistle blows. I wonder if Lebanon jumped offside when the Tigers went into that swinging gate motion, and they did, and they get a first down out of a penalty. So 2 Lebanon penalties being in the neutral zone, and the Tigers throwing somewhat of a wrinkle at you with that offset line.
Coaches won't be happy with that.
No.
2 5-yard non-contact penalties to start the football game. So first and 10 Waynesville from the 45. There's the snap to Vernon, and they will get the football to Chase Thomas Plummer as he looks to turn the corner, and Griffin Jones, the Lebanon linebacker, makes the tackle at the 48-yard line.
Griffin Jones really having a good season so far. He's leading the team in tackles, and he chases down the running back from behind to make the tackle.
Gain of 3. It'll be second and 7 for Waynesville.
The Tigers getting close to midfield, and there's not been very many football teams in the first half this year get to midfield against the Jackets.
On second down, and they will run the fullback up the middle this time, and that'll be a good gain. And that's Michael Kelsey Jr. taking the football to the Lebanon 45 and near the sticks, and a first down for Waynesville.
That's his 55th carry of the season, 296 yards coming into the ball game. Has a couple of touchdowns, and a lot of misdirection out of this offense. That time Vernon taking the snap and a fake to Plummer, then hands it off to Kelsey, almost like a counter play. and really hit the ball well.
Second Waynesville first down as they moved it across midfield to the Lebanon 44. There's the snap to Vernon. Sweep right side. Chase Thomas Plummer looking to turn the corner, and he will get outside the numbers and ushered out of bounds up the far sideline. But another Waynesville 1st and 10 as Chase Thomas Plummer showed good escapability to outflank the Lebanon run defense.
Just outran the Jackets around the corner. Hendricks got to him, was able to push him out of bounds. And the Tigers showing the ability to run the football here in the early going. The Jackets somewhat confused defensively with this single wing that the Tigers are running. Almost a throwback offense. Now they shift into that swinging gate. They overload the right side.
Football has been on the right hash mark throughout this drive for Waynesville. There's a direct snap to Kelsey, and he'll take it forward and drive across the 30 and down near the Lebanon 27, almost 5 yards for Kelsey.
Nathan Bartell, the linebacker, came up to make the tackle. Interesting approach out of this single wing offense, almost a throwback offense, and Davin Vernon, Kevin, is squatted down out of the shotgun, almost like what you would see back in the 30s. And so far, this offense clicking, and now they're going to overload the left side of that swinging gate.
Second down from the 27. Snap again to Kelsey, and up the middle. He bangs forward across the 25 and to the 24, and near another first down for the Tigers.
You know, Kevin, I don't remember the last time that we've seen this type of offensive set, and it really seems to have got the Jackets back on their heels here in the early going.
A little bit, but Waynesville's firing off the football, and they are dominating at the line of scrimmage right now.
Using that big offensive line.
Third down and 2 from the 24. Vernon takes the snap. He's going to run a quarterback draw up the middle. Hit at the line of scrimmage initially. Peels off that tackle and forward for about a yard to the 23 and probably short of the first down.
Jaden Hubler, the nose tackle, stopped up the hole there. So now fourth down.
4 down territory for Waynesville on the opening drive that started at the 31-yard line.
I'll say 4th and 1, but it's a long one. With the ball at about the 23.5-yard line. Just needed about a yard and a half for the first down.
Davin Vernon crouches, takes the snap, fakes the run. He's going to be hit in the backfield and drop for a loss, and Lebanon holds, and they'll take over. Jaden Hubler blew it up.
Hubler, the nose tackle, came through, lost his hat when he did, but he slowed it up, and the Jackets defense gave a little bit, but they end up taking the football away on downs, and the Jacket offense will come out, and the defense has spared Lebanon from falling behind early in this football game.
So 4 minutes in, Jacket offense will come on the field for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 26. Gavin Smith, the quarterback. Cade Musha, the fullback. There's the snap. Musha up the middle, and he will navigate his way for a couple.
Ran into Jacob Forshee, 6'2", 250, a defensive lineman, lining up as a defensive tackle. First down to make contact on Musha. Musha coming into this ball game, averaging 10 yards a carry, 171 yards per game rushing the football. Has 11 touchdowns on the season.
Second down and 8 from the 28. No score in the first quarter. Bartell in motion. Here is Smith flipping the ball to Jacoby Fultz. Little out pattern, and the pass is off his hands and incomplete.
Yeah, just a quick swing pass. Wasn't even really set up as a screen. There's no blockers in front of him, but the ball went through his hands. Looked like maybe Jacoby looked downfield when he started to get the pass. Really didn't look the ball into his hands, and falls incomplete. It'll be third down for Lebanon. 3rd and about 8.
Clock stop with 7:24 to go in the first quarter. Smith will send Glendenning in motion, and he will run the fullback, Cade Musha, up the middle for a butcher shop first down out to the 40-yard line.
How many teams will have the confidence on 3rd down and 8 to run straight up the middle to get the first down? And that's exactly what the Jackets did to get the butcher shop first down. Cade Musha right up the middle and takes the ball to the Jacket 40-yard line. for most football teams, 3rd down and 8, certainly a passing down, something play action maybe, but you're going to drop the quarterback and throw, and not the Jackets. They're going to run straight up the middle on you.
12-yard gain, 1st and 10 from the 40. And it's going to be Smith keeping the football. He tears away from the defense, 50-yard line, Waynesville 45-40, inside the 30 and all the way down to the Tiger 25-yard line. A big run that time by Gavin Smith.
Gavin Smith with a nice quick fake to the inside to Musha, and then he bounced it to the outside and was able to escape a tackle, really got out of the grasp of somebody, and then sprinted outside the hash marks down the left side and gets down to the Tiger 35-yard line. A big run by the Lebanon quarterback Gavin Smith, who came into this ball game having rushed for more than 300 yards already on the season.
First down from the Waynesville 25. There's the snap and there's the toss. It's a sweep to the right side with Jax Glendenning, 20-yard line, 15, and tackled out of bounds. Inside the 10, it'll be 1st and goal at the 9 for LHS.
Glendenning pops it outside. He loves that outside corner and getting to the near sideline. He was able to sprint down it, but he got a great block from Bartell right on the corner that allowed Jax to turn those shoulders, go up the field, and inside the 10-yard line, the Jackets 1st and goal at the 9.
6:23 to go, quarter number 1. Lebanon knocking on the door in a scoreless game. Bartell in motion. They'll toss it back to him. He will jump over the pile and into the end zone for a 9-yard touchdown run. Nathan Bartell is 5th of the year.
Looked like they were almost setting up the sweep, and Bartell, as he started to the outside, saw a hole between the tight end and the tackle, and using good eyesight, got in between that hole and danced into the end zone from 9 yards out as he scores his 5th touchdown of the season.
So after the big 3rd down run by Musha, to get another set of downs, the Jackets march it straight down the field and into the end zone. Rhett Rhodes with a PAT, and it is good. First quarter, 6:14 to go. It's Lebanon 7 and Waynesville nothing on KJ.
Tracker boats have been proudly made in the USA since 1978 and are designed to be dependable fishing machines. And Tracker Marine in Lebanon needs your help. We're currently hiring for all skill positions on 1st and 2nd shifts. When you join Tracker Marine, you join a company with roots right here in the Ozarks. A 45% merchandise discount at Bass Pro Shops, advancement opportunities, and a family atmosphere await you when you join Tracker Marine in Lebanon. To apply and learn more, go to basspro.com/careers.
Lift and stretch. Lift and stretch. And lift and stretch. Now squeeze and hold. Squeeze and hold.
Maybe it's time to get in shape. It's never too late to start. Great Life Golf and Fitness can help you break a sweat doing something besides getting dressed. Great Life Golf and Fitness, located on Highway 64 in Lebanon. Make it a great day. Make it a great life. Lebanon.
Jackets go 74 yards in 6 plays in a minute 46. Nathan Bartell caps it off with a 9-yard run. And the black and gold takes a 7-0 lead. Plummer and Howard back deep to return. Rhett Rhodes has the ball on the tee at the 40-yard line. And the freshman sends it airborne. Plummer will come up and take it at the 10-yard line. 15, 20, angling all the way back across the field, and he's got good yardage out just pretty close to the 30-yard line. And that was actually Bishop Godwin on the kickoff return.
Abe Allen able to catch up with him and make the tackle. And the Tigers will have the football at the 28-yard line. Pretty good return.
Waynesville moved the ball all the way to the Lebanon 26 on their first possession before stalling. Back to the single wing. Vernon crouching, awaiting the snap. Takes it and gets the football to Plummer. Running left. Jackets have numbers there, but he splits the defense, and he's out across the 30 and close to the 33.
Got positive yardage as he turned the corner. Didn't get a lot, though. Got slowed down. Plummer is 5'8", 175. He's a senior.
So close to 6 on first down for Chase Thomas Plummer.
More than I thought he would have got as they turned the corner.
So second down at about 4. Tigers shift the offensive line from right to left. Vernon. Instead, the snap goes directly to Kelsey. And Kelsey will power his way to about the 38, close to the 39. Ellingson made the tackle.
So Vernon in the backfield, but Kelsey's the one that took the snap, so you really got to be on your toes and stay in your assignment because they're switching things up a lot.
And a first down for Waynesville on that run by Michael Kelsey Jr. From the 39-yard line. Snap again to Kelsey. He will run left. Jackets will surround him and drop him at the 42-yard line. Picked up about 3. Jones in on the tackle for LHS along with Fultz.
The outside linebacker, Griffin Jones, there to meet Kelsey. So Kelsey's lined up right next to Vernon, who's the quarterback, or listed as the quarterback. And both of them could take the snap, either one of them. And Kelsey ends up with the snap that time as he did in the last play and came to the left side, and it will be second down.
And 7 to go from the 42. 7-0 Lebanon. Here's Kelsey again, and he will find a seam, and he will take it across the 50-yard line into Lebanon territory and down to the Jacket 47 for a gain of 11 and a Waynesville first down.
You know, that was snap looked like it was almost handled by both Vernon and Kelsey, as if they both had a hold of the football, and then one of them emerges out with it and into the line of scrimmage, and a pretty good pickup again, and it's first down and 10 for the Tigers.
You know, sometimes these wing-based offenses that we've seen down through the years, it's hard to track the football.
Very hard.
First down and 10, Waynesville in Lebanon territory at the 47. Vernon. Again, up the middle, it's Kelsey, and he bangs down to the Lebanon 38.
That time a straight handoff from Vernon to Kelsey. And you really get an idea of what Will Christian was saying in the pregame show about staying focused in your assignment, but that's almost difficult depending on who's your key, which running back, which is the quarterback, is that my key when there's so much misdirection coming your way.
Gain of 9 that time for Kelsey, so it's second down and 1. Waynesville at the Lebanon 38. There's the snap to Vernon. Fakes. He's going to throw. He's under duress and sacked by Griffin Jones back at the 45-yard line.
Well, Griffin Jones wasn't going to be fooled by the pass. Little play action, and from the backside came Griffin Jones, and Davin Vernon gets thrown for a big loss. So Vernon's only thrown 8 times all season long, so on second down and 8, they decide to throw the football, and Jones gets thrown for a loss.
And Lebanon sent the backer after him. So third down back at the 45. Snap to Vernon. Counter handoff, and this time it is going to be Plummer on the carry, and he jams his way across the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. And another Waynesville first down.
Gunnar Williams comes limping off the field and to the sideline. That'd be a big loss for the Jackets if he can't get back in the football game. Cameron Myers is going to go in to replace him.
So third and long, and Waynesville picks up 12 on the run by Plummer to the Lebanon 33. Tyreek Brooks in as a wing this time for Waynesville. There's the direct snap to Plummer. Takes it to the left side, and he is wrapped up at about the 30-yard line by Nathan Bartell and Jacoby Fultz. About a 4-yard gain.
Again, Lebanon had pretty good pressure coming through a gap, and as they sent Griffin Jones through from his outside linebacker spot, but I'm almost over pursuing.
Second down for Waynesville. They will shift now to the right side. Second down and 6. Vernon, direct snap, running. And he's got a couple. Bartell in on the tackle for Lebanon.
Busha was there. Bottom of the pile was Glendenning. So good pursuit by the linebackers that time. Lebanon sending in Mason Hendricks. So now 3rd down, certainly 4-down territory. Under a minute to play in a very quick first quarter.
Ball has been on the ground for the most part here in the opening 12 minutes, which is what you would expect between these two teams. Ball to the 28, 3rd down and a long 4. Snap, Kelsey up the middle, lowers the pads, and with second effort, he's close to the 1st down. Tackled at the 24 by Musha. And it's going to be 4th down.
So the Tigers facing just what they faced in their first possession, almost in the exact spot. They've got a couple of yards more than they did before, but they have the ball at the Jacket 24-yard line. 4th down, probably less than a yard this time. They looked at a long yard before, and that is going to expire the first quarter.
After 1 in Lebanon, the Yellow Jackets lead Waynesville 7-0. Tigers on the move. Back in a moment on KJL.
Hey, you golfers out there. Was your 2022 season not quite up to par? Fall and winter are just around the corner. A perfect time of year to work on swing changes to hit the ground running in the spring of 2023. Just like other sports, changes that need to be made are more efficient when made in the off-season. Book your lessons today through the Shane Blankenship School of Golf at Old Kinderhook for a better tomorrow. Call Shane at 636-497-2475 or email sblankenship@oldkinderhook.com. Be sure to mention this ad for 10% off any lesson or lesson package booked at this time. And let's go Jackets. Napa Auto Parts in Lebanon.
Other Ozark Conference games tonight. The big one, Camden at West Plains, Kickapoo at Parkview, Bolivar at Glendale, and Rolla at Hillcrest. Jackets will host Glendale next Friday night.
Access to Napa's distribution center right here in
Jacket
Lebanon.
Stadium, 7 o'clock.
Napa stocks,
Regional
auto
Radio
parts,
KJL.
tools and equipment, and many other items for
7-0 as we get ready to start the second quarter of play. I think Jacket fans and maybe the Jacket defense a little bit startled by what's going on and the fact that the Tigers, though they've not reached the end zone and the Jackets held them on downs in the first possession, have moved the football, and they have the ball at the Jacket 24-yard line. They're about a half a yard short of the 1st down. Vernon in the backfield. They overshift on the left side. They brought in a fullback next to Vernon. He'll take the snap, fumble on the play. It's picked up, and this is going to go nowhere as the ball was picked up by that second back that was in with Vernon, and he goes absolutely nowhere with it as
Mason Wright.
The ball was picked up by Mason Wright. He's a big dude, but after the fumble, the Jackets will get it over for the second time, get it over on downs. So a misplay in the backfield, and the Jackets come away with the football on the turnover of downs.
Waynesville 0 for 2 now on 4th down conversion attempts.
So Lebanon 1st down and 10 with the ball at their own 27-yard line. Smith, the quarterback, sends Glendenning in motion. Here's a snap. Smith will keep the football, find a hole, get outside the hash marks on the right side, gets to the 40, spins off a tackle, and gets a butcher shot 1st down and finally stopped at about the 43-yard line. They'll mark it short of that back at the 42. Tigers got interested in Glendenning in motion and left Smith to be able to turn the corner.
He's carried twice tonight, Gavin Smith, for 48 yards.
Receiver split to the right side. Smith under center, man in motion. Here's the snap. They're going to pitch the ball. They get it to Bartell, and he will get close to midfield. Out to the 49-yard line is where they will leave the football, and it will be 2nd down for Lebanon. Jackets lead it 7-0 with 11:12 to play here in the first half.
Just a little simple toss play to Bartell, but instead of trying to go wide, he just cuts behind the left tackle and ahead for 6.
Which is really how he got his 9-yard touchdown in the first quarter. Musha, the fullback. Glendenning's in motion. Smith's going to throw, looking deep. Has a receiver, Hendricks, wide open, all by himself. 15-10-5 touchdown. 52 yards in the air and a touchdown to Hendricks, his 4th of the year.
That was pretty. Play action pass. The key, good protection. Smith had time to throw let the pattern develop. Hendricks got behind the secondary, and that pass was nestled right onto his fingertips.
There was nobody, not even close to Hendricks on that pattern down the middle. Rhodes to add the extra point. The snap, the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. A touchdown pass from Smith to Hendricks. An extra point, and the Jackets lead it 14-0 over the Tigers. Let's take time out.
Napa Auto Parts in Lebanon is your one-stop shop for automotive, industrial, agricultural, power sport needs, and more. At Napa, they carry a large inventory in addition to having access to Napa's distribution center right here in Lebanon. Your local Napa stocks auto parts, tools and equipment, and many other items for heavy-duty trucks, marine and farming equipment. Stop in today. Located at 1697 Southdale Drive in the Marketplace Shopping Center in Lebanon. Phone 417-344-7333.
Do you have the energy for all of those fun and not so fun outdoor activities like yard work? If just the thought of that makes you tired, Nature's Pantry can help. If you're always tired, have a low libido, poor sleep habits, or just feeling down, head to Nature's Pantry in Lebanon and pick up some Restore It, a complete anti-aging adrenal rejuvenation supplement used by physicians for over 10 years. Get the energy to do the things that you love and even the things you don't. Nature's Pantry, open Sunday through Friday in the Chalet Village in Lebanon.
Howard will scoop up the kickoff, and when he does, he falls with it, and the Tigers will have it at their own 21-yard line as he fell on top of the football. Lebanon leads at 14-0 with 10:44 to play here in the first half. David Millsap along with Kevin Stubblefield, our guest at halftime. 1979 graduate of Lebanon High School, former Missouri Tiger, and now Hall of Fame member Craig Evans.
He's in 2 Halls of Fame now. He will be anyway.
Yes.
In the Lebanon Area Sports Hall of Fame and about to go into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame.
We'll have a visit with Craig. Tigers with the football, first down and 10. The direct snap to the quarterback this time out of that little shotgun. They get the ball to Plummer, and he tried to get to the outside, and the Jackets read that well, and Plummer went nowhere. In fact, he loses a couple of yards.
Well, Hubler stoned it at the point of attack, and then Bartell was there to clean up.
Again, the offense, remember, they have this single wing, has Vernon the quarterback, and usually Kelsey lined up right next to him, and either one of them could get the snap. Tigers come out on second down. It'll be second down and 14, a loss of 4 in the last play. Kelsey and Vernon in the backfield, man in motion. The snap is to Kelsey, trying to get it to the outside on the right side. He turns the corner, gets across the 20, 25, 30, and then wrangled out of bounds. And a flag comes down. That play may have been too much up around the head, or I thought I saw a flag coming out. It may get called for that horse collar tackle around the 35-yard line. There's a personal foul against Lebanon, and that'll tack on another 15 yards. Kelsey got around the corner, and then he got wrapped up pretty high, and I think the kind of rode him out of bounds, and that's where the flag comes from. And a 15-yard penalty will move it out close to midfield to the Waynesville Tiger 48-yard line.
They brought Wright, the fullback, in motion that time. I didn't think he was set before the snap, but Tigers avoid the penalty there, and Lebanon does not. They get flagged for 15. So again, the Tigers on the move.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers. The snap to Vernon, hands the ball to Plummer. He's going to sweep to the left side. He's going to turn the corner, and he will get out to the Jacket 45-yard line. Chase Thomas Plummer, 5'8", 175, and a senior. He turns the corner on the sweep play, and he gets out of bounds on a pickup of about 7. And it'll be second down and 3 for the Waynesville Tigers. Tigers in their white uniforms moving left to right. Lebanon leads it 14-0. The Tigers have moved the football, but they've yet to been able to score a touchdown. They've been in Lebanon territory on both possessions. Out of the single wing, Kelsey gets the football on the snap. He rolls to the left side running the football. He will be very close to the first down, but there's a flag out in the flats. Probably going to be a hold against Waynesville. I don't think the Tigers have yet to have a penalty thrown on them. The Jackets have had 3. And we'll see the call, and it is holding against Waynesville. Plummer sweeping left and got positive yardage and probably got the first down. But, when you see that flag there out in the flats, that's somebody going to get a hold out there on the end. So the Jackets get some help there. Moves the ball back to the Tiger 44-yard line.
Camerton in front at West Plains, 7-0 in the first half.
Tigers with the ball on second down. Man in motion, coming left to right. There's the snap. They give it right up the middle to Kelsey, and he will get past the original line of scrimmage and close to midfield at about the 49-yard line. That time, Vernon took the snap, handed it to Kelsey, and Kelsey's right in his pocket.
Looked like they were battling for the football.
Exactly.
Almost.
And that's twice now that it's hard to tell who actually is getting the snap.
Musha made the tackle for the Yellow Jackets. Third down for Waynesville.
Third down and 10. The ball just short of midfield. And the snap, and it goes to the quarterback, Vernon, coming off the right side, and he got hammered. He got hammered by the Nail. As Caleb Nail coming up from his cornerback spot, and he popped the quarterback just as he crossed midfield. The ball will be at the Lebanon 49-yard line on 4th down and 9. Let's see if the Tigers have any desire to punt the football here. My guess is they won't. They come out and they're set like they're going to run an offensive play. They've not used that swinging gate here in the second quarter. Now dropping back to punt the ball is Vernon. He'll take the snap, he'll step into it, and he'll get the punt away, and it's going to roll down to the end zone, and Lebanon will have it out at the 20-yard line. It was actually Godwin that took the snap and made the punt, and he rolled it into the end zone. So Lebanon will get decent field position to start this possession. They've scored twice when they've had the football, and they'll have it first down and 10.
Well, 50-yard kick that time, but a net 30. The ball comes out to the 20. 14-0 Jackets, 7:37 to go in the half.
Jackets with the football. Double tight. Smith sends Glendenning in motion. And Smith will keep the football, and he'll get across the 30 again on the outside hash mark across the 30, and he's rolled down at about the 33. They'll mark it short of that and put it at about the 32-yard line. And again, Gavin Smith with good yardage running the football.
Butcher Shop first down, number 4 in the first half for LHS.
First down and 10 for Lebanon. Musha's not handled the football very much tonight. Glendenning in motion, makes a stop, now resets. Lebanon will back off. Everybody looks at the wristband. Gets the play. Glendenning back in motion. Here's Musha straight up the middle, and here he comes to the 40, to the 45, 50. Makes a dance move inside the 45-yard line, and down to the 42 is Cade Musha. Talked about that he hadn't been used that often tonight, but when he does, he makes big yardage, and a good run by Cade Musha. He gets a Butcher Shop first down as he gets the ball out to the 43-yard line.
Gain of 25.
Lebanon in Tiger territory, first down and 10. Looking to go to the scoreboard for the third time tonight. Musha in a three-point stance. Glendon in motion left to right. It's Musha off tackle right side, and he gets rode down as it crosses the 40 out to the 30-yard line. As Nick Fowle gets him at 6'5", 270. And when he gets you, he gets you. And he's fast, too.
Yeah.
He already went downfield in one play and made a play from behind. Big guy that can move. Second down and 5, a pickup of 5 by Musha, who averages 10 yards a carry. Lebanon in the huddle with Gavin Smith. 6:10 to play in this first half. Lebanon taking their time. They're probably going to call a timeout here, letting the play clock drop down below 5, and the Jackets will take a timeout. with 6:01 to play in the first half. Lebanon leading the Waynesville Tigers 14-0. Let's take time out. You're listening to Jacket Football.
Mid-Missouri Bank is proud to support Lebanon athletics. Bank better with Mid-Missouri Bank at our Lebanon location or on the go with our free mobile apps and easy online banking. Even get your Yellow Jacket Athletics Mid-Missouri Bank debit card with no wait at any of our 14 locations. Mid-Missouri Bank. Live, work, play, bank. And of course, go Yellow Jackets. Mid-Missouri Bank. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
If you're looking for a little piece of heaven in the great outdoors, somewhere that's peaceful and beautiful, then you need to check out Riverfront Campground on Highway 64. Voted #1 private campground in the Bennett Spring area by TripAdvisor. With 200 beautiful acres, Riverfront Campground can accommodate you, your entire family, and friends. They offer canoe and kayak rentals for relaxing float trips down the beautiful Niagara River. From tent sites to cabin rentals, Riverfront Campground, you'll get taken care of. Check them out online at riverfrontcampcanoe.com. That's riverfrontcampcanoe.com.
Smith on second down, running the football right, just off tackle, came up just short of the first down. It'll be third down and about a yard. Lebanon leading by the score 14-0. West Plains and Campton now tied at 7-7 in the first quarter. And Nixa leading Joplin by the score of 21-0 in the first quarter.
Wow.
Hoyt Honey is split to the left side. Gavin Smith under center. He will drop back, wants to throw. Hendricks wide open again. No, this is Honey wide open at the 5-yard line, and he's bounced out of bounds as the defense caught up with him as Donnie Hendrick got there and knocked him out of bounds before he could get to the end zone. Second big completion by Gavin Smith, and this time to Hoyt Honey, and his first catch of the year.
Boy, Jackets throwing the long ball.
And throwing it well.
Again, play action, and again, good pass protection to allow the pattern to develop, and Honey wide open behind the defense.
And the Jackets first and goal now at the 5-yard line, looking to add to the 14-0 lead. Smith backs out, looks to the sideline, gets another play, sets the offense. Glendon in motion, left to right. Here's the snap. They pitch to Glendon. He sweeps to the right side. He heads to the pylon. He hurdles a player into the end zone for the touchdown. And his 4th touchdown of the season for Jax Glendenning from 5 yards out.
From the left hash mark to the wide right side of the field, and Glendenning using that speed to get the corner turn and into the end zone.
And the Jackets back in the end zone. And Rhodes to add the extra point. Bowling to hold. The snap, the hold is down. The kick is up. And it is good. Lebanon leads 21-0. 5:10 left in the first half. Let's take time out on Regional Radio.
Kevin here with Seeger Toyota of St. Robert, and this is our 54th year of helping you with new Toyotas and doing it the right way, the Seeger way. Our goal is to continue making it easy and fun doing business together, so reach out to us. Tell us what Toyota you'd like, then we can work out all the details, financing, trade value, incentives, and delivery estimate, all the while never ever charging you a premium price. So look at our reviews online, then you'll see how a 5-star dealer makes happy customers daily. That's Seeger Toyota. We are in St. Robert next to Walmart and at SeegerToyota.net.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Rhodes approaches. Kick is up. It will take a bounce, and Godwin will pick it up, or check it. It's Howard that picks it up. He runs to the middle of the field, and then he got hammered down at the 27-yard line. And it's Ellingson that made that tackle.
Wow.
Preston Ellingson
that was
said, how do you do?
That was a decleater there.
It was that. That's that type of hit when you're running a football back on a kickoff that makes you think that maybe I should have went out for the golf team. First down and 10. for the Tigers at the 28-yard line. Tigers have moved the football, but they haven't been able to get in the end zone. This will go straight up the middle into the hands of Kelsey. And again, that that single wing, and this is just, I don't know, I'm fascinated with the fact that they got two guys back there, and both of them that time again looked like they handled the football.
Did. Kelsey taking it away from Vernon.
Second down and 6.
That's deceptive, but also, as we've seen, that's dangerous.
And it slows them down a little bit when they do that. But again, if you're the Tigers, you look at it and you go, we've moved the football. We're just not finishing. They line up, oversized on the right side. They take the snap. They run the reverse to Palmer. He's going to find some yardage. Palmer at the cross midfield. Plummer now down to the 30. He's going to race to the end zone. Nobody's going to catch him, and he's going to get to the end zone for a touchdown.
Wow. That didn't take long.
Nope.
68 yards. Chase Thomas Plummer looked like Drew Bowling had the angle on him, but he just couldn't close the ground.
A little bit of a reverse, and the Jackets got lost on it, and Plummer going 68 yards for the touchdown. So Waynesville, each time they've had the football, been able to move the football, but just coming up short of the end zone. That time, a 60-yard run on a reverse play, and Plummer gets to the end zone. The Jackets couldn't get him stopped. Waynesville now trying the two-point conversion. They've converted on 8 two-point conversions this season. Here is a play right up the middle as it goes right into the hands on the snap to Kelsey, and Kelsey gets the two-point conversion. So that quickly, the Tigers get themselves on the board. 4:07 to play here in the first half. 21-8, Lebanon with the lead. Back after this on Regional Radio.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
Lebanon up 21-8.
Camerton back in front at West Plains, 14-7. That's a back-and-forth game.
Jackets giving up a touchdown here in the second quarter. Mason Wright will kick, going left to right. Jackets receiving in their home black uniforms, shiny gold helmets, gold numerals.
Waynesville always has speed and athletes, don't they?
And we saw that as Plummer just took off and the Jackets couldn't catch him. The kick is up. It'll be caught at the 5-yard line to the 10-15. This is Nail on the run back to the 25, and he's out to the 32-yard line as he gets wrapped up and stopped by Bartle. Benjamin Bartle on the tackle for the Waynesville Tigers, and Lebanon has it, first down and 10. Jackets have scored on every possession. Lebanon getting their first touchdown of the night from Bartell on a 9-yard run. Hendricks caught a 52-yard touchdown pass. Glendening with a 5-yard run. And the Jackets lead it 21-8. Double tight. Glendening in motion left to right. Here's the snap. They fake the toss. They run the counter play up the middle with Bartell, and he will squirm his way out to the 40-yard line. And a pickup of about 9 for Bartell. It'll be second down and 1 for Lebanon. Honey comes in as a receiver.
Smith and Forshee made the tackle for Waynesville, but a good gain on first down.
Second down and 2. Good passing down for Lebanon. They've thrown the ball twice successfully tonight. They have receivers right and left. Musha in the backfield as a long setback. Here's Musha carrying the ball off the right side, finds a big hole across midfield. He's to the 45-40 on the outside hash mark, to the 35, and down to the 30-yard line is Cade Musha. Another big carry for Musha, and a butcher shot first down for Cade.
30-yard run.
Jackets really got Waynesville now guessing on what they're going to do. Having been successful with the pass play, they've been able to run to the outside with Bartell and Glendon and Musha on 2nd down and 2, right up the middle for a big gain, and takes the ball down to the Tiger 31-yard line.
Well, you got to honor that play-action pass. You can't load the box now.
Receivers right and left, Honey to the near side. Glendon in motion. This is Gavin Smith tossing the ball on the option play to Bartell. He's going to get to the 20, 15, 10, makes a cut, gets down to the 1, and dives in for a touchdown. A dangerous pitch by Smith, but it pays off as Bartell gets in the end zone. He fought his way in from about the 2 to get inside pay dirt and inside the touchdown for Bartell.
His 2nd of the night.
And his 6th of the season.
Just bang, bang, bang. Jackets march down the field quickly and into the end zone.
Rhodes to add the extra point. Bowling with a hold. The kick is up. And the freshman Red Rhodes is perfect tonight. 3:04 to play here in this first half, and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets have extended their lead to 28-8 over the Waynesville Tigers. And let's take time out.
This is the sound of your work project when you don't have the material you need to finish the job. All your friends are putting away their tools, and in a moment, heading home, leaving you all alone. That's when it hits you. You know a place that sells steel in all sizes and shapes to finish any project, anywhere.
Hey guys! I know a place!
McCall Industrial Supply now offers steel and sheets, pipe, and angle iron. For your steel supply needs, see McCall Industrial at 208 West Bland or call 417-532-3167.
Air Serv Heating and Air in West Waynesville is working these days, keeping their customers cool with Luxair's high-performance heating and air conditioning equipment, which is top of the line. Since 1954, Luxair has stood for uncompromising quality and unmistakable attention to detail. Air Serv is your Luxair dealer, but they service all brands. So if your AC is not performing up to par, contact Air Serv at 505 Historic Route 66 at 433-3613 or 774-7805. When Mother Nature turns on the heat, you turn on the air. It's the cool thing to do.
Howard returns the kick out of past the 30 to the 31-yard line. And the Tigers will have the football there. Jaden Hubler on the tackle on the kickoff team.
Pretty entertaining first half.
Good first half. Tigers have moved the football, but they've only been to the end zone once. Lebanon has really mixed it up offensively tonight, and they've put 28 on the board. Lead it by 20. Out of the single wing. Wright is the fullback. They'll run straight up the middle, and that's going to be Kelsey Jr. running the football across the 35 and out to the 37-yard line.
Actually, Vernon on the carry.
Hubler on the tackle for Lebanon.
So a 4-yard gain for Vernon.
Vernon will bring him out of the huddle. Kelsey lines up next to him.
Best, the tight end, is split far to the right, left.
Plummer is in the slot. They snap it directly to Kelsey Jr. Finds a hole, picks his way across the 45 out to the 47, and gets a first down.
That sweep play, the offensive line can really angle block the defensive line, just kind of push them out of the way, and then that allows a lane to run.
The market just short of the 47, put it at the 46. First down and 10 for the Tigers. Again, Vernon, the quarterback, will take the snap. He'll run to the right side. He'll get past one would-be tackler, and then he gets wrapped up by Bartell right at midfield. It'll be second down and 7. 1:50 to play in this first half. Lebanon leading 28-8. Plummer lines up in the slot. Faces the offensive line. Has a blocker in front of him. They're going to run that reverse with him. This time he tries to get it to the outside, and guess what? He's got no place to go.
Well, Bartell stayed at home.
Bartell said, you fooled me once, you won't fool me again, and stayed home and made the tackle right at midfield. And it'll be third down and 7. And Waynesville's going to take a timeout. 1:29 to play in the first half. Lebanon leads at 28-8. Let's take timeout.
I'm John Gideon with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Our athletes are winners on and off the field and the court. They play with integrity, strive to serve, are true team players, and intentionally seek excellence. Our banking team also embodies these leadership characteristics. When it comes to banking, choose the winning team, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, and go Jackets. We're all behind you 100%. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So, this morning I woke with this list in my head. Mow the lawn, trim the hedges, change the car's oil, paint the front door, drywall that hole in the back of the garage, and go fishing, which I immediately moved to the top of the list. Because the rewards are great for those who know how to prioritize.
A visit to First Light Outfitters in Lebanon will move your outdoor activities to the top of the list. Gear up for hunting and fishing, sport archery with Matthews and Bowtech bows, and more. Top quality lures, rods and reels, and fishing line. Stay dry, warm, and visible in quality outerwear, gloves, vests, and hats. First Light Outfitters Sporting Goods Store, 814 East Highway 32, Lebanon.
3rd down and 7. They run the reverse again to Palmer. He escaped one tackle, but he's not going to get to the outside. And he gets dumped, and the reverse doesn't work for a second time in a row. They try running it. Didn't go anywhere, and Waynesville's going to take another timeout. Well, Craig Evans will be our guest at halftime. We'll talk about football at Lebanon when he was here playing for the Jackets on the varsity from 1976 to 1978. A graduate of Lebanon High School in 1979, went on to play with the Missouri Tigers. He's going to be inducted in the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. And we'll talk about his career as a Yellow Jacket, as a Tiger.
On the same day at the Hall of Fame, our good buddy Marv Luton is going in.
Marv, with a former voice of the Waynesville Tigers for 40-plus years. And we'd be remiss if we didn't say our thoughts and prayers are with Art Haynes tonight. He's not feeling very well in the hospital in Springfield, and we're thinking about him. And he is the voice of the Bears, and he has really been a good friend to both of us, Kevin's colleague when Kevin was doing Missouri State baseball. And we were thinking about Art Haynes tonight.
Praying for Art, his family, and everybody at Cox South who is providing care.
Tigers looking to punt the football as they send right back to punt. He gets it off, partially blocked. It's going to be really short. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to take 11 bounds before it does that and come back. And the Jackets are going to have good field position for the final minute 8 here. As the ball goes out of bounds at the Jacket 42-yard line. So the punt looked like it got tipped at the line of scrimmage. And the Jackets have it 1st down and 10 at their own 42-yard line, leading 28-8 here at home. Jackets move right to left. Honey lines up, split to the right side. Glendon in motion left to right. They'll pitch the ball to Jacks. He will sweep to the right side. He'll find a hole. He'll get to the 40. Outside the hash marks to the 50. Down the sideline he goes to the 40. He's still on his feet as he crosses the 35 and finally pushed out of bounds at the 32-yard line. The Jackets will line up quickly here. Get on the ball. They're ready to play. They try to get the change set. They're going to hold him up. Jackets in a hurry-up offense. You got to get a player off the field. Honey splits to the left. Hendricks split to the right side as wide receivers. Bartell is the guy in motion. They give it to Musha. Off tackle right side across the 30. He gets out to the 29-yard line. Musha finds about 6 positive yards after Glendoning's butcher shot 1st down on a big run. Jackets right back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jackets are going to down the football and take a timeout here with 33 seconds remaining before halftime. Smith will come to the sideline, talk to the coaching staff about what they want to do. The Tigers have to be guessing. Lebanon Stone for a touchdown pass. They've had another big yardage pass play to Hoyt Honey. His first catch of the year. Hendricks got in the end zone with his.
Each team 2 timeouts remaining.
Smith under center. Puts Glendon in motion. Drops back. Wants to throw. Looking left. They set up the screen to Bartell. He's got a lot of room in front of him. He gets to the 20. He's to the 15-10. He's down the sideline and out of bounds at the 5-yard line on a swing pass to Nathan Bartell. His 4th catch of the season and big yardage, and it's 1st and goal for Lebanon at the 6 with 24 seconds remaining before halftime, trying to add to their 28-8 lead.
Well, this passing game has really evolved, hasn't it?
It has played big tonight. We saw Jackets throwing the ball more last week against Bolivar. Smith under center. Man in motion is Bartell. They pitch it to him. He sweeps left. He gets down to the 3. Can't get out of bounds, but Lebanon has timeouts to use. With 15 seconds, the clock is still ticking. Now 10. Lebanon gets back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to hurry. Clock is down to 7. Smith takes the snap, and he will drop back and down the football with 5 seconds remaining. And Lebanon's going to try a field goal here. So Jackets couldn't get the play off very quickly. So it'll be a 21-yard field goal attempt by Rhodes.
Tigers will call time.
Try to freeze the kicker here. And you wonder how often this actually works.
Charge to the Tigers.
Hear a lot of the NFL kickers that say it helps them when the other team tries to freeze them.
Take a deep breath. Kind of think about it. Visualize making the field goal.
Well within Rhodes' range.
Yeah.
This would be his 2nd of the season. Don't know if the clock management that time was to the point that the Jackets would prefer, but nevertheless, they moved the ball quickly down the field. This drive started at the 37.
Rhodes will try the field goal from 21 yards away on the near hash mark. Bowling will hold. Rhodes eyes it. Steps to his left. Here's the snap. Hold is down. Kick is up. And it is good. Tack on 3. And Lebanon will go to the locker room with another lead at halftime over an opponent that's an undefeated season for the Jackets. Off to a good start in the first half. Lebanon up 31-8 as we go to halftime, and we're back after this on Regional Radio.
We're often asked about prearranged funerals. Shadle's Colonial Chapel in Lebanon has directors who will answer your questions concerning the planning and financing of funeral or cremation services. Shadle's Colonial Chapel's directors can also assist you in the transfer of older pre-need services in the event your wishes have changed. Serving families in the Ozarks for over 6 decades and 100% family-owned, Shadle's Colonial Chapel of Lebanon, where it doesn't cost more, it's just nicer.
For some jobs, your toolbox is fine.
Can I borrow your drill? Thanks.
For others, you need the big toolbox.
Can I borrow your air ratchet? Thanks.
But for jobs outside the toolbox,
you don't happen to have a forklift in there, do you?
We've got what you need.
Whether it fits inside the toolbox or not, Sing Rental has the top quality, well-maintained equipment you need. From trucks to tools, from lifts to loaders. For any project, big or small, Sing Rental buys it so you don't have to. Call Sing Rental or go to singrentals.com.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
You're listening to regional radio for the Ozarks, KJEL Lebanon. The dedicated employees at G3 Boats in Lebanon know about the hard work and discipline it takes to have a winning team. We proudly support all our athletes and wish them the very best this season. G3 Boats, a great catch.
At St. Robert Family Dental, Dr. Jeremy Kears, Randy Krydell, and Taylor Schrader do all the phases of family dentistry. They work hard to make your visit enjoyable, and they deliver excellent dental care to you and your family. St. Robert Family Dental Center is open evenings for new patients, has a 24-hour emergency contact, and accepts fleets.
Summit Natural Gas is proud of the investments it's made in the communities we serve. We're proud of the great local talent on our team, the contributions we make to local town revenue, and the high-quality, safe system we've built to deliver North American source gas directly to your home. Call us today at 1-800-927-0787 or visit summitnaturalgas.com to learn more. That's 1-800-927-0787 or visit summitnaturalgas.com to learn more.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
And we're back at halftime as Lebanon is in front of Waynesville by a score of 31-8. Here's how the scoring has gone in the first half. Jackets got one TD in the first quarter. Nathan Bartell, a 9-yard run. That capped a 6-play, 74-yard drive. And with 6:14 left in the period, Lebanon took a 7-0 lead. It became 14-0 as the aerial game produced for Lebanon as Smith hit Hendricks, with a 52-yard TD pass. And that made it 14-0, 3-play, 73-yard drive in a minute 6. Then Lebanon went 80 yards in 6 plays with 5:10 to go in the half. It was Glendenning across from 5 yards out to make it 21-0. Chase Thomas Plummer put Waynesville on the board with a 68-yard run. That made it 21-8 with 4:07 to go in the half. Then Bartell, a 31-yard run to make it 28-8. And the Jackets drove 59 yards in 5 plays on the final first half possession. And that set up Rhett Rhodes for a 21-yard field goal to make it 21-8 at halftime. Well, our special halftime guest, and pleased that he cleared the calendar tonight on our behalf, is Craig Evans, Lebanon Area Sports Hall of Famer and still active at the Lebanon Technology and Career Center and going into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame in the Elite 11 induction ceremony coming up on October the 19th. Well, Craig, we had you up here about 11 years ago when you went into the Lebanon Area Sports Hall of Fame, so we thought we'd bring you back and talk about this latest honor. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It's very humbling. Really never expected anything like this. Really just brings back a lot of memories of a lot of fun days right out here on the football field with David Millsap and our crew that graduated in the class of 79. Just a really great bunch of guys, and I still think about the fun we had playing football back in the 70s.
I feel like I may be the common denominator. My broadcast partner gets in the Hall of Fame, and then you get in the Hall of Fame, and there's a great picture in the 1978 yearbook. We're in the weight room, and you're lifting weights, and I'm doing what I would usually do. I'm sitting there counting for you. And
that's why you're at where you are now.
Exactly. That's exactly where my career went to, playing football. I was telling stories off the air before he came up. The first time I remember Craig Evans, Kevin, we were playing Mighty Might football, and I remember I played for the Packers. I don't remember who you played for. I just remember running up the middle, and you pummeled me. And from that point on, I knew to stay away from you.
Yeah, I played for the Vikings. We was talking about that. We started in the 5th grade back then. And it's like I said, David, I grew up with 3 brothers, and it was survival of the fittest out on the Evans farm. So being rough was nothing new.
Exactly. Well, you go back and we started the broadcast today. We were talking about the number of coaching changes that Waynesville has had over the years now, and they're trying to get their program back to where it was back about a decade or so ago. And I talk about that. We saw that in the 70s and how difficult that was because we'd have different coaches all the time and different schemes. But, that's a tough spot to be in, I think.
It really was. And today just good builds on good with Coach Christian's program, and back in the day, bad just kind of built on bad. I think we tried to find ways to lose games a lot of times. We had a lot of good kids in junior high that didn't continue to play football. What coach in the world would want to come and coach a 0-43 football team? And then the community support was there, and it was good. And administration was good, but things are nothing like they are today.
It's a different atmosphere. It's a different feel to all that. But you went on to play at MU. I think about some of the, I think John McAllister, you probably don't remember this, but we were sophomores, and I think we were playing at Kickapoo, and they had us in at halftime, and we were getting pummeled. And I remember one of the coaches standing up. I think he may have been looking at me, and he goes, "You should be ashamed of yourself," because here's John McAllister, who's playing his heart out, great athlete, the late John McAllister, and went on and had a great career at Missouri Southern, but he was really talented, but never won a varsity football game.
Yeah, and that's incredible to believe. John is as good an athlete as Lebanon's ever had, without a doubt. And I played against him, and I guarantee you he's tough as they come. And that's just the way it was. We sometimes we just couldn't win, and it's just a lot of things. Back in the day, we weren't good in a lot of ways, but we still had fun. And another element of it is all the Springfield schools were good.
Yeah.
And 2 schools in Joplin, Memorial had all the athletes in the world, and Parkwood, my gosh, they was like playing a college team. They'd come up here and beat us 65-0 and something crazy. So
in fact, I use that when I teach a leadership class. I use our football team when we were sophomores as to talk about leadership, and that, despite the fact that we'd get pummeled week to week or whatever, get beat, that on Monday somehow coaches would convince us that we were going to be good or compete on Friday night. And so that, you did take your lumps and all that type of stuff, but I don't know that we ever came out on a Monday and didn't think we were going to win the next week.
That's exactly right. And I don't know. We love football. We love sports. And our particular class, David, we had won all the way through school. From 5th grade on, we had always won plenty of games. And we liked to play, and we liked the camaraderie, and we liked a lot of the good things about football. But I can tell you there's so much more to like about football nowadays.
I remember that Joplin Parkwood team comes up here when we were sophomores. They pull up in a chartered bus. Now, Kevin, this is a time when teams didn't show up in chartered buses. And they get off, and they're wearing overalls, no shirts on. And I thought the Oklahoma Sooners had arrived. And they scored on every possession. I think they beat us 63-0.
It might have been the Oklahoma Sooners. Just get killed. And, that's never going to happen nowadays with Coach Christian. He's got these kids in good shape. They're disciplined. The linemen are just stronger. The kids are faster, in better shape. They are in a year-round program. They're just better athletes than they were back in the day.
Now, I'm telling you, you guys, your 78 team, 5-5, Craig's senior year.
Yeah,
that was a good football team. A lot of years that would have been a winning football team because the Ozark Conference was nails that year.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and we had a lot of fun, and that's probably where I got noticed by University of Missouri. Was playing up at Parkview or Glendale. They were there scouting other guys at those schools, and we were legit that year. And I think we turned the page that year and prove that you can win football games at Lebanon.
And that was a really good football team. They really played well defensively, and I can remember that team was very physical. And I remember going to Kickapoo and watching that game and just the physicality of that.
And that's one thing I always thought about our high school teams, David, is a lot of times we didn't win the war, but we won the battle. We were physical. And I remember a game at Joplin. I don't know how many kids made a trip to the hospital that night, but we were physical. But when it come down to the scoreboard, the war was lost. And of course, we love physical football. Maybe we were, as much thugs as we were football players back in the day, but we love physical football.
Now, and you look at the size of the Joplin, or not Joplin, but the Waynesville kids here, 6'4", 285, 6'2", 250, and I'm using them simply because they're right in front of me right now, 6'5", 270. You played, 6'3",
215, 220. Coaches from MU said weigh 230 before you get here in August, and I ate milkshakes with eggs in them and peanut butter sandwiches every night before I went to bed, and then I got up to 218. and of course, I was on Lester Evans's workout schedule back then too. So, but I did, I was young for my class, and I was still 17 when I went off to college. And so that's part of it. But, I eventually got up 265, 268, and that was my playing weight there my third year.
All right, Craig, let's put it in the memory bank here. When I throw the name out, Jeff Gaylord, what pops into your mind when I say Jeff Gaylord?
I roomed with Jeff Gaylord on away trips, and we actually stayed at the hotel at home games too. Yeah, he's a wild man. He's crazy. I have no idea where he is now.
Wrestling in the WWF after football.
Yeah. And I think there's been some other things he's been doing that's not so great. But the most physical specimen I've ever seen in my life, the strongest man in the Big 8 back in the time.
Yeah.
I was standing there when he bench pressed 550.
Holy cow.
And the weight coach was there, Coach Redding. He coached for the Packers and Chiefs for a while. He said, "You didn't touch your chest." And instead of setting it down and getting regrouped, Gaylord just did it again and lifted it and said, "Will that do, Coach?" And then he goes there to squat rack and squats 750. I saw it.
Well, he
550 and 750.
He was a specimen, but he was a good football player too. I mean, I can remember where they would poll the coaches in the Big 8 back then, and to a man, most of the coaches said if they had to start a defense, they would start with Jeff Gaylord.
Yeah, just incredible strength. He was fast too. He could run I think a 4.43. I mean, he's fast, incredibly fast, and just a specimen. I think he drove the coaches nuts every once in a while just by playing his own defense. But I tell you what, it's pretty hard to argue with Jeff Gaylord on the football field.
I can remember your time there, the battles with Nebraska, and Tigers beat Oklahoma a couple of times back when you were there at Mizzou.
Yeah, I got to play in that game. Nebraska got to play in the game in '81, 0-0 going into fourth quarter, and they beat us 6-0. I was in, and they didn't remember by me, but that's they did score and beat us 6-0 that year.
In fact, I was at that game. I came up to see you. That was the game I came up to see you. Yeah. And we went out to eat afterwards, and I remember that game. And Phil Bradley was your quarterback.
Yeah.
Went on to play for the Phillies, had a great career, and then but could have been an NFL quarterback.
Yeah, and I just remember the crowd for Nebraska and Oklahoma both. Incredible. It's 72, 73,000. I don't know how many people the stadium holds now, but back in the day, that thing was full up and it was rocking, and quite an atmosphere.
And you played for Warren Powers?
Yeah. Coach Powers passed away this past year. I was in his first recruiting class. Met Coach Powers out at Charlie Brown's office out here at American Eagle, and Charlie's been very, very good to Craig Evans over the years, and I'll be the first to tell you. Charlie was instrumental in getting me hooked up there. Got a scholarship. That was my ticket to college, guys, and probably wouldn't have went otherwise. That was my ticket to college. That was my ticket to an education. MU is the best ag school around, and of course that's where I met my wife, and my kids are everything to me, so a lot of things come from that scholarship to MU.
My ticket to education was Craig Evans in the 9th grade math class, because and that's not the answer, Dave.
There's a lot of that went on back in 9th grade math class. Yeah.
How many years in education now for you, Craig, at Lebanon?
This is 24, and I'm closing in on being done probably, but it's good. I really enjoy agriculture. That's really my first love, and that's why I'm not a football coach. I like ag stuff, and I like cattle and that kind of stuff, and I like kids. We still have a lot of good kids. I really like them, and I like those relationships I can build with kids, and maybe help them take the next step in life or get somewhere, get ahead, and that's what I like doing.
And you do a lot of work with the Leclerc County Fair also.
A lot of work, a lot of sweat. I don't know. Probably less work as time goes by, but yeah, the Leclerc County Fair is kind of a special thing. There's not many counties that have a fair like we do, and a lot of kids. There's probably 250 kids touched with what goes on out there the week of the fair. So that's a good thing for our kids in Lee County.
Hey, let me ask you, and kind of go back to your football career, and you go to MU from Lebanon, and we see kids make that jump. If you had to sit down a kid who was about to go play college football or any college athletics, what would you tell them? What advice would you give to them before they go?
Oh, that's easy, David, because I've thought about it a million times. Number one, go someplace where you can play. First year there, first year there, freshman, they throw us out there if we was ahead 50-0 against Air Force. But second year, redshirted. Third year, I was getting to play, and I was on the traveling squad. But, man, you got a lot of time invested into football by the time you actually get some playing time. And it's hard to – you're there for every practice. I never missed a practice. I never was hurt. I was at every practice, winter ball, spring ball. You just get a lot of time invested, especially as serious as college football is now. I'd go somewhere where I could play because practicing is not that much fun.
Probably, and I remember when I went up to watch you play and we went out there, and I remember you and I talking about the time commitment. And that it was, and I remember you used this. We were sitting at a restaurant with a smorgasbord. I remember stuff like that, yeah. And I remember you saying it's like having a job.
It is a job, and college football is great, but it's nothing compared to true high school football. This atmosphere, all the good things going on with Coach Christian and his coaches and these kids, and building young men and teaching them respect and discipline. I have football players in my class. Never a problem if they're a football player. I love them. College football, and it's really not changed. It's about winning, and it's about money, and it's always been about winning and money, and that's what it's about, and that's fine. I rolled the dice, and I got to play some, but I didn't get to play a lot. The Justin Britt deals are, 1 in a million, and congratulations to Justin Britt, a great athlete for sure, and has deserved everything he's got come his way. But, my best advice is go somewhere where you can play, because that's why you're playing football. You love it. And about 3 years into practicing, you really get to thinking.
Yeah. Craig, what was your reaction when the phone rang and said, hey, you're going into the Hall of Fame, the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame?
Well, I was sitting there watching RFD TV, of course.
Of course.
No, I'm really surprised. I had no idea, and I'm really not sure where all this came from. But more than anything, I think it's great for Lebanon, and I think it's good to realize that football can be really, really good, or it cannot be quite as good. And we had fun back in the day, but my gosh, the crowd, the community support, the support over at the high school with the kids, I know about that. And the job that Coach Christian does with kids, just incredible. It's really incredible.
He was a great athlete. And I'll tell you, we played on the basketball team together up until probably sophomores. We spent a lot of time with each other in basketball because we sat next to each other on the bench. But he's a better person.
No doubt.
I'm telling you, what he's done as an ag teacher, and I've listened to him talk at Rotary about the fair and about kids, and up here tonight. Pretty good football player, but you're a lot better person.
Thanks, David. I'm just really honored, and I appreciate you guys so much. I told David the other day at a little kids game that, I'm so happy to sit home and watch or listen to the radio and listen to David and Kevin. I don't get to every game, but you guys are great, and you're a big part of what makes Lebanon sports great, and we're lucky to have you. And we got a lot of good things going on in Lebanon, and David, you guys know this is our home area, and it's good to have lived and worked in your home community for a lifetime and see things going well.
Greg, congratulations. Thanks for spending a little time with us, and look forward to October the 19th.
Okay, appreciate you guys.
Craig Evans going into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame. He's our guest at halftime. Back with more here on Regional Radio.
An old-fashioned restaurant with friendly service and great food. That's what you'll find at Taylor's Dairy Joy. Even the prices are old-fashioned. Get a double cheeseburger, fries, and medium drink, a coney, or a Frito pie. Top it off with the best ice cream in town. Old-fashioned prices, old-fashioned taste. Still found at Taylor's Dairy Joy, 1205 East Route 66. Now with curbside delivery and online ordering. Open Monday through Saturday from 10:30 to 10:30.
Keep up to date on how the VFW is working across America to improve the quality of life for veterans, service members, and their families, and to improve communities worldwide. VFW Post 4107 is very proud to be a part of the community. If you're interested in upcoming events, check out the local chapter on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/VFW Post 4107 events or call area code 417-532-2627.
Air Serve Heating and Air in West Waynesville is working these days keeping their customers cool with Luxair's high-performance heating and air conditioning equipment, which is top of the line. Since 1954, Luxair has stood for uncompromising quality and unmistakable attention to detail. Air Serve is your Luxair dealer, but they service all brands. So if your AC is not performing up to par, contact Air Serve at 505 Historic Route 66 at 433-3613 or 774-7805. When Mother Nature turns on the heat, you turn on the air. It's the cool thing to do.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
(31-8) Lebanon. Jackets will get the ball to start the second half here at LHS. And again, thanks and congratulations to our halftime guest, Mr. Craig Evans. Always good to spend time with him. And wow, what a sweetheart of a guy.
He's a great guy. Great guy. And we've been very lucky at Lebanon to have, not only as an athlete, but as an educator and all the things that he's done with the ag department and all that. And I just couldn't say enough good things. I had a blast doing that interview with him, and I appreciate you letting me stick around to do that. Usually I sneak off at halftime, and Kevin told me I had to stay here today, and I'm glad that he did. Well, we get ready for the second half. Lebanon scored on every possession. They lead it 31-8. Kind of an entertaining first half. You look at the score, somewhat deceiving, I think. Tigers able to move the football, and you felt that they were on the verge of doing some special things.
Yeah, Waynesville had 191 yards rushing in the first half, and here's a short kick.
And a fair catch taken by Lebanon. As
Bowling.
The ball is caught by Bowling. He's used to handling the ball as the holder on the extra points and the field goal. And Lebanon will have the ball first down and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Lebanon in the first half. Offensively, 238 rushing and 105 passing, so 343 for the Jackets. Total offense on 33 plays.
Lebanon with the football, first down and 10. Smith has him set. Glendon goes in motion. Here's the snap. Musha will take the carry. There's a flag that flies after a gain of about 3. And then Musha was driven back.
Well, Jackets tried to block Nico foul, but didn't get the job done that time.
He is a big guy in there.
And they get a chop block also.
So Lebanon with an illegal block. Lebanon's had some penalties tonight.
That's their fourth for a total of 40 yards.
That's a 15-yard penalty. That's the second one of those they've had tonight. They had a personal foul in the second quarter. Moves the ball back to the 25-yard line. They've got to get to the 48 for a first down. So first down and 24 for Lebanon. Smith sends Glendon into motion. Here's Musha, big hole off the right side. Here's Musha at the 35, tripped up as he gets out to the 40. And he got tripped up by Tyreek Brooks, and had Brooks not got a hand on him, Musha probably goes to the end zone.
Brooks, a big-time basketball player playing football. He's 6'3", long and lanky for the Tigers.
Now back to 10 yards for a first down. Here's Musha again up the middle, and he'll claw out maybe 3 or 4. And it'll be third down for Lebanon.
Josh Best, the defensive end, took him down by the ankles.
Ball moves to the Lebanon
Third down and 5 with the ball at the 43-yard line.
That puts Misha right at 100 yards on the ball game, averaging 171 a game coming in.
Smith will set him. Bartell in motion, takes the snap. Smith's going to run the football. Smith dancing to the outside hash mark. Smith across the 50 to the 40, still on his feet, down to the 30, inside the 30-yard line. Finally dropped at the 29.
Who made the tackle?
Is Devin Smith, and was it him again?
Yes, Nico Fowl.
Foul all the way down the field. That shows you that speed that he has in pursuit. And this is a guy that is 6'5", 270.
The earth shakes when that guy runs,
Man.
but he can put him up and lay him down.
Smith probably heard him coming up from behind.
Well, that's great hustle by a big guy like that.
To get downfield, that's the second time that he's done that tonight. Lebanon with a butcher shot first down and 10 at the 29-yard line of the Tigers. Glendon in motion. Smith dropped back to throw. Has time. Throws deep into the end zone. Is Honey. Touchdown, Lebanon. 29-yard touchdown strike to Hoyt Honey. His first TD reception of the season.
And his second big play tonight.
And boy, Smith has been right on target.
On the extra point for the Yellow Jackets, number 42, Wet Road.
Honey got turned around a little bit on the pass pattern, but he spun around, caught the ball right in the numbers. Rhodes had the extra point. And it is up, and it is good. He's been perfect tonight, and the Jackets lead it by 30. 10-11 to play in the third quarter. Lebanon 38 and Waynesville 8. Back after this on Regional Radio.
And now, the pros and cons of getting a new patio. 1. Your neighborhood block parties are sure to be a smash. 2. The sheer beauty of your new patio will tempt you into a staycation instead of a vacation to Rio de Janeiro. 3. The resale value on your home just skyrocketed. Celebrate with a barbecue. Now, the cons. Well, there's only one. Concrete. And lots of it. And nobody does it better than we do.
Bulldog Concrete in Osage Beach. We make backyards beautiful.
The Lebanon All Sports Booster Club has been supporting Lebanon athletes for nearly 20 years, raising thousands of dollars because of the tremendous generosity of the Lebanon community. We raise funds through business sponsorships, reserved seating at the varsity football games, donations, and merchandise sales. This year, you can stop in at Results Advertising, located at 130 West Elm Street, to gear up with all the latest buzzwear styles. Thanks, Lebanon, and go Yellow Jackets!
Rhodes approaches the football. His kick is up, going left to right. It goes over the head of Howard. It goes into the end zone, and Waynesville will have it at their 20-yard line. 38-8. As Lebanon airing the football out tonight. 2 touchdown passes. Smith to Honey. And a 29-yard touchdown pass. Hendricks got a 52-yard touchdown pass. Lebanon leads at 38-8.
135 yards in passing tonight for the Yellow Jackets.
And it has been spot on. And don't you know that this sends a message out to the Ozark Conference and everybody else. Waynesville overloads it on the left side. They snap it directly into the hands of Kelsey Jr., and he will get a couple of yards, and that's it.
He could have gotten a lot more, but Cade Musha tripped him up.
See if the Lebanon defense has made the adjustments. And that's what I've said over the years, Kevin, that Will Christian probably better than anybody when they go into halftime and making adjustments coming out in the third quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 8. A pickup of 2 on that carry. Here's the snap. And it'll be kept by the quarterback straight up the middle, and he's not going to go anywhere. Or actually, that was Kelsey Jr. again.
Mentioned Gunnar Williams had gone off the field in the first half. He's back in there now for Lebanon.
Correction, Kelsey Jr. with the carry.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8. As Kelsey Jr. that time just got back to the line of scrimmage. Smith goes over and gets the play from the sideline. He will huddle up. Play clock is down to 16.
Tigers were 1 for 5 on 3rd downs in the first half.
They overload the right side. Lebanon with a 5-man front. They take the ball. They snap it to Kelsey Jr. again. Finds a hole in a counter play. Cuts it across the grain. He gets across to the 40, to the 45, 50. He's in Lebanon territory and run out of bounds as he finally gets caught and run down by Austin Hendricks to free safety. But big yardage by Michael Kelsey Jr. on third down.
39 yards. Jackets lost backside contain that time and allowed Kelsey to get out the gate.
They'll have the ball at the Jacket 40-yard line.
Kelsey has 122 yards on the ground tonight.
Receiver splits left. Man in motion. Here's the snap. Here's Plummer trying to sweep to the left side, and he will not get anywhere as the Jackets stayed home on that. And Caden, you should know Bartell with the tackle.
Bartell has been a major factor.
The outside linebacker for Lebanon came up and made the tackle. So Plummer has been successful a couple of times running the football around the corner, not successful there.
Waynesville has 200-yard rushers tonight, Plummer and Kelsey.
Plummer got most of his on one carry.
68-yard run to the end zone.
DJ Horry, who's 6 foot 245, a tight end, split to the right side. Here's the snap to Kelsey Jr. Sweeps right, trying to find a hole across the 45. Is going to get the first down, I think, unless he went out of bounds just short of that. Needed to get to the 30, probably got to the 31. So he's probably going to be about a yard short on third down. So another sweep to the right side and good yardage for Waynesville. So the Tigers have it on third down in Lebanon territory.
Waynesville easily has been the team that has moved the football the most on Lebanon this year.
Absolutely.
No contest.
Here's the snap. It's Plummer this time straight up the middle. He'll get the first down still on his feet. Finally driven back by the Jackets and stopped, but not before he got the first down. For Lebanon, I think Hubler was on the bottom of the pile. It'll be first down and 10 for the Tigers. They've moved the ball to the Lebanon 25-yard line. Despite the fact they've moved the football, they've only put up one touchdown and a two-point conversion. Here is Plummer again carrying the football, and he will pick up a couple of yards.
Gunnar Williams with the tackle in the hole.
Plummer has now kind of moved to that spot that Kelsey Jr. had through most of the first half, right next to the quarterback.
Ball moves to the Lebanon 24-yard line, second down and 8.
Each time, Vernon goes to the sideline to get the play called and brings it to the huddle. Wright is in as the fullback. Here's the snap. It's Kelsey Jr. carrying the football, but he'll only pick up a couple of yards as he went off the left side, and it'll be third down again for Waynesville. They've been very good about converting on third down. They've had to punt a couple of times, and they've turned it once over on downs or twice over on downs for Lebanon, but they have been successful moving the football. They have struggled getting to the red zone and into the end zone, though. On third down, it'll be third down and 7. Vernon calling signals. The snap goes directly to Kelsey Jr. He goes straight up the middle. He's going to get the first down, or will he be just short? It's going to be very close as he goes off tackle right side and he gets out to about the 15-yard line.
Hendricks made the stop for the Yellow Jackets.
Just short, I believe. They're going to have to bring the chains up. If you look where they moved the down marker next to the chain, it looks like he's about a yard short, but they're going to come out and stretch it just to make sure. And it will be a first down by just the nose of the football. Just got the first down.
That's their 11th of the night. This drive started at the 20. This will be the 11th play of the possession.
Give it to Kyle Barkley. I mean, he's come with a good game plan offensively. And
you don't have to worry about the Waynesville offensive identity, do you?
No. First down and 10 at the Jacket 15-yard line. A man in motion. Here's the snap. They're going to give it to Plummer, trying to get to the outside, and he escapes a tackle, but he's not going to escape all the hats that surrounded him. And we dropped back at the 25-yard line.
Foltz came up, slowed him down, and that allowed the posse to come in mass and drop him for a loss of about 7.
Preston Ellingson was there as well. And a loss of 7 back to the 22-yard line. So Plummer, the last couple of times on sweep plays, has not been very successful. They've had more success running straight up the middle now with Kelsey Jr. on that direct snap. Kelsey and Vernon. It's Vernon this time, and Plummer again sweeping to the left side, and he's not going to go anywhere, and actually handed the ball to Brooks. And Brooks gets dropped right at the line of scrimmage. He started to sweep left side, but he couldn't turn the corner.
And another tackle for Bartell.
Ball remains at the Lebanon 22-yard line. 3rd down and long.
Lebanon leading 38-8. Waynesville with the football on 3rd down. It'll be 3rd and 17 with the ball at the Jacket 22-yard line. They need to get to the 7 for first down. Here's the snap. Smith wants to throw, or Vernon wants to throw. He's going to go out into the flats, and the ball is caught and catching the football, but they won't go very far with it as they get it to the 15-yard line.
Wow, that's a wounded duck. I'm surprised it didn't go the other way with a pick 6.
Had that hung up much longer, I think the Jackets would have probably been able to get to it and go the other way. So it'll be 4th down and 10. Ball's at the 15-yard line, so they've got to get to the 5 for the first down. 4:08 to play in this 3rd quarter. Receiver splits to the right side. They go trips to the left side, so this is a set we haven't seen. Now they're going to move the one back to a tight end. Here's Vernon rolling left, wants to throw, unloads, has a receiver. The ball is caught at the 9-yard line by Plummer, but he's short of the first down, and Lebanon gets it on downs for the 3rd time tonight. Well, the Jackets have bent a bit, but they have kept the Tigers out of the end zone for the most part.
So another frustrating Waynesville possession, moving the football between the 20s, but just can't get much further than that.
Honey lines up right side as a receiver. Hendricks goes left. Smith sends Bartell in motion. Smith on a reverse as they get the ball into the hands of Jacoby Foltz, and he sprints across the corner, but Waynesville read it pretty well. He gets out to about the 11-yard line, or out to about the 16-yard line before he's tripped up.
That was a play designed to go a lot further, but Brandon Palazzo made the tackle. He stayed pretty close to his assignment that time and cut off the sweep.
Jackets looked like they had it really set up well, but it didn't produce what they wanted. Bartell in motion, and the handoff to Mushin. He got hit right as he got the football. I mean, he went absolutely nowhere, maybe lost a yard. It'll be 3rd down for Lebanon. 3rd quarter clicking right along. 3:10 to play. Lebanon up 38-8. Honey lined up on the right side. Bartell in motion right to left, and the Tigers have jumped all sides.
Should be enough for a first down.
J.J. Rodriguez, 6'4", 285. Jumped too quick. When Bartell went in motion, the defensive tackle went across the line, and that is enough for a butcher shot first down as they get the 5-yard penalty. Lebanon to be very content now, starting to run some clock here. March it up the field to the end zone. Lebanon's had some big plays tonight. especially throwing the football. Bartell in motion, left to right. Here's Musha straight up the middle, pushing his way across the 30, the 40. He's at midfield before he's finally stopped by the Tigers. You know, we think of that fullback spot just as a power spot, and Musha will square up on you, but once he gets past that line of scrimmage, he hits another gear.
Well, that was good blocking on the left side, too, by Howe and Williams.
So the Jackets right at the 50-yard line with the football. Quickly played third quarter. Down to 2:10 to play. Glendening in motion. The snap, the pitch to Glendening. Lead blockers Bartell. Finds a hole. Down the seam to the 40, to the 35-30. Still on his feet trying to cut it around, and he gets bounced out of bounds. And a butcher shot first down for Glendening. Down to the 21-yard line. Jax Glendening. Good speed around the corner. Tough runner. Rarely goes down the first hit.
Averaging 13 yards a carry coming into the ball game tonight, and he's got 78 yards now on 4 carries. So that'll up that quite a bit.
Yeah, he's the probably least used guy in the backfield, but his numbers are great. Of course, you got to like a guy like Cade Musha, who, like you said on your show during the week, could run the football maybe on every play.
Yes.
Bartell in motion. Here's the snap. Musha, big hole off the left side. He'll get to the 15, still on his feet, bouncing off tackles to the 10. He gets outside the hash mark to the 5, finally tripped up down to the 3-yard line. Musha had a big hole, and then he took on the secondary. Bounced off tackles all the way inside the 5.
That was determination with a capital D there by Cade.
Lebanon will be first and goal at the 5-yard line. Waynesville gets called for a face mask at the end of the play, so they'll go half the distance to the goal. So that should put the ball right at the 1-yard line. So the Jackets first and goal at the 1. Smith, Musha, touchdown. Off tackle right side. Musha goes in for his 12th touchdown of the season, and he does it from a yard away.
That was a 90-yard drive.
And the Jackets being very efficient, though they had to overcome one penalty. And Rhodes on to add the extra point. Bowling to hold. Snap is down. Kick is up. And Rhodes has put it through the uprights yet again. 1:37 to play in the third period. Lebanon leads at 45-8. Let's take time out.
110 years. How many companies can say their roots in the community have been around for over a century? Very few, but Missouri Cooperage is one of those rare companies who have stood the test of time. Since 1912, Missouri Cooperage has been providing family-supporting jobs and investing in the local community. Now they want to invest in you. Missouri Cooperage has several full-time positions available with great pay and great benefits right here in Lebanon. Find the one for you by visiting independentstavecompany.com/careers. Investing in residents and the community for well over a century. Missouri Cooperage.
There's a new place where all the hipsters are hanging out. It's called the movie theater. Smell that? That's popcorn. After you've purchased your ticket, make your way to the air-conditioned theater. Take a seat, relax, and get ready for the feature presentation.
While the urge to go to the movies hasn't changed since the dawn of motion pictures, the experience has.
B&B Theaters, Waynesville Patriot 12 offers the best in cinema entertainment. All digital projection and a grand screen large format venue, a 21+ full service bar, and Real D 3D presentation. Check out movie showtimes at bbtheaters.com.
Howard on the return for Waynesville, and he gets out past the 25, and then he meets some new friends dressed in black and nails the guy underneath the pile. And Waynesville will have the ball, trailing 45-8 with 1:15 and clicking away on the running clock here in the third quarter.
Waynesville takes over from their own 29-yard line, first down and 10.
Waynesville will have it at the 29-yard line. Vernon will bring him to the line of scrimmage. Kelsey Jr. in the backfield with him. The snap to Vernon going right side and runs into a wall and then pushed back and dropped back at the 27, a loss of a yard if they don't spot it at the 31. Looks like they're going to give him a gain of about a yard and a half.
Mason Hendricks made the tackle for Lebanon.
Waynesville 30-yard line, second down and 9.
This will probably be the final play of this third period. Under 20 seconds to play. Here's the snap. It goes to Kelsey Jr., and he will make it back maybe to the line of scrimmage. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. And Lebanon will take a big lead into the fourth and final period. Lebanon leading Waynesville 45-8. We're back after this on Regional Radio.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Hi, Mike Dunbar at Security Bank. We know there are no shortcuts when it comes to community's financial success. It takes hard work and dedicated people that care about you, your family, and your business. At Security Bank, we are those people. We live, work, and play right beside you. Since 1936, Security Bank has proudly helped our community grow and prosper because it's our community as well. We might just be a small-town community bank, but we are big on you. Come see what Security Bank can make right for you at any of our 3 locations in Waynesville and St. Robert. Security Bank, safe, sound, and secure. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
45-8 as we head for the fourth quarter here at Lebanon. Boy, surprising score at halftime in the COC tonight was Ozark and Webb City tied at 14.
Very much so.
Here, 45-8 Lebanon. Third down and 6 Tigers. Loose ball in the backfield picked up by Kelsey, but nowhere to go as Hendricks will wrapping up for a loss back at the 27. So an errant snap that time, mishandled.
Waynesville fumbles but recovers.
And that'll bring up fourth down as they're behind the chains now, fourth down and 12.
Nixa leading Joplin 35-21 with 2:30 left in the third quarter.
So fourth down. Tigers will punt the football. Bartell back. He'll let it go past him, and it will take a Waynesville roll down inside the 25-yard line and still trickling down to about the 20. So a 53-yard punt with a good roll. Running clock here in the fourth. Jackets up by 37, and they'll get the football again.
20-yard line, first down, Yellow Jackets.
This offense has not been stopped tonight.
And they've used a lot of different weapons tonight. Honey and Hendricks, the wide receivers.
Smith still in at quarterback. Takes the football, pitches it to Glendenning, or Bartell dodges a tackler in the backfield, cuts it back across the grain, and he's out to about the 26.
I got to check that number. Is that Bartell or was that Barry Sanders? He went out, he danced around, cut it back to the inside.
Ghost-like run by Bartell.
Ball goes to 11 and 27.
And picked up 7. It'll be 2nd and 3. 45-8 Lebanon. Smith takes the snap. Musha will pound the rock up the middle, and he's close to the first down at the 30. Maybe just shy of the mark. And that'll bring up third down.
Lakers leading West Plains 17-14 at the end of the third quarter.
That one may go down to the buzzer.
Yeah. They did that a couple of years ago at Camden.
Butcher Shop first down and more this time on the run by Musha as he fins off a defender. He's out across the 40 to the 42-yard line. Wright was trying to wrench the ball away, and Musha stiff-armed him and gets another Lebanon Butcher Shop first down.
44, Mason Wright. Ball marks on the 11 and 42.
Boy, Nixa really having a shootout at home against Joplin. It's 35-28 now. Nixa with the lead. Alan Neal's sending me the messages, and he adds each time. Not much defense here, evidently.
First and 10 from the 42. Tigers bring the house this time. They've got Musha in the backfield as he is able to struggle forward and get positive yardage.
Rodriguez was the guy in on the tackle.
1 yard gain for the Jacket senior fullback. Jackets content to keep the ball on the ground. Clock moving unabatedly with a 37-point lead. Receivers left and right, 2nd and 9. Snap down the line, quarterback keep. Here's Smith, wide side of the field open, blocking downfield, 30, 25-20, 15-10. Cuts it back again, 5, touchdown. Gavin Smith goes to the barn from 57 yards out.
And 2 great cuts as he reads the defense and reads his downfield blocking, and he made those cuts without ever breaking stride.
5-play, 80-yard drive. Smith covering the final 57.
6 rushing touchdowns now for Smith.
But coming back.
Yeah, we're coming back.
All of that for naught. So we will erase on the score sheet.
Well, I got to tell you, usually I'm pretty good when you're doing the play-by-play to look back to see if we had a flag, but I got so caught up in Smith and his run and his cuts, forgot to look back downfield to see if there was any flags.
And it was downfield on the block.
Yeah, it was.
So the hold will put the ball at the 35-yard line. First down for Lebanon.
Yeah, really pretty run for Gavin Smith, but it gets erased. Lebanon's going to have to hurry. Play clock's down to 3 seconds. Jackson's going to take a timeout.
So time is called. Clock stops with 6:46 to go in the ball game. Lebanon leading against the Waynesville Tigers here in the 4th, and back in a moment on 103.7.
Air Serv Heating and Air in West Waynesville is working these days keeping their customers cool with Luxair's high-performance heating and air conditioning equipment, which is top of the line. Since 1954, Luxair has stood for uncompromising quality and unmistakable attention to detail. Air Serv is your Luxair dealer, but they service all brands. So if your AC is not performing up to par, contact Air Serv at 505 Historic Route 66 at 433-3613 or 774-7805. When Mother Nature turns on the heat, you turn on the air. It's the cool thing to do.
I'm Matthew Amsberg with Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. There are few times in one's life more exciting than buying, building, or remodeling a home. However, we understand these times can also be some of the most stressful. When choosing a home loan lender to buy, build, or remodel, think of your neighbors at Heritage Bank of the Ozarks. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
First and 10, Lebanon at the Waynesville 35. Here's the toss play. Bartell running left. Block from Glendenning. 30, 25, 20. Bartell, 10. He's at the 5 and ducks the shoulder toward the pylon. Touchdown, Lebanon. Another one tonight for Nathan Bartell as he cruises in from 35 yards out.
And he earned that one in the final 2 yards. As Kevin said, he ducked that shoulder and took on the defense and plowed his way to the pylon.
On the extra point, number 42, Rhett Rhodes.
Rhodes for another point after. High snap. He recalibrates and sends it on the way, and good. It's Lebanon 52 and Waynesville 8 in the 4th quarter. Back in a moment on KHL.
In business, disruptions can be challenging, but they're also great opportunities for growth. How you respond makes all the difference. At Commerce Bank, we can help you spot potential, explore new possibilities, and get you on the path to success. In fact, we're built for this. We're built to help businesses be prepared, proactive, resilient. Commerce Bank. Challenge accepted. Visit us at commercebank.com/built-for-this. Member FDIC.
Whether it's getting your car ready for dangerous winter driving or roadworthy for a hassle-free summer vacation, Boggs Family Automotive at 14255 Highway 64 has been your trusted automotive source since the 1970s. Call and schedule an appointment today and drive with confidence, knowing that you're ready to deal with whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Boggs Family Automotive, 588-1882. That's 417-588-1882, and like them on Facebook.
Jackets up by 44 as Rhodes puts the leg into it. Ball bobbled at the 17-yard line, scooped up and returned by the Tigers. And from one side of the field, running almost 50 yards with the football that time, was Brandon Howard. And the Jacket pursuit finally catches up to him.
Howard cruised around the field, but didn't make much room coming up the field. He went from one end to the other, going side to side.
Tiger ball at the 27. (52-8) Lebanon. 31-8 was our score at halftime. Out of the wing, counterplay, Plummer with the football and not a whole lot of yardage available. Hubler with the tackle along with Jones.
Thomas Plummer with the carry.
And a pickup of about 3. Camberton up 24-14 in the second half. At West Plains, that would be a huge win for the Lakers. Jackets will try to do the same thing in a couple of weeks. Go to West Plains and get a W.
Tough place to go and do that as well.
2nd down and 7. Direct snap. Kelsey with the football. And he goes forward to about the 34.
Michael Kelsey Jr. with the carry.
Avery Starnes made the tackle for the Yellow Jackets.
Ball moves to the Waysville 35-yard line. 3rd down and 2.
Third down, long 2 for Waynesville. Snap to Kelsey, who will run left, and he's got blockers ahead and enough for a first down to the 40. Lebanon tackle that time by Cannon Roark. So a 5-yard gain for Kelsey and a Waynesville first down.
Ball moves to the Tiger 40-yard line, 1st down and 10.
That is their 12th of the night. Under 4 to go here in the fourth quarter. Jackets leading 52-8. Low snap, and again they'll run that left side counterplay, and Plummer has it to the 2nd and 3rd level and across the 50 and to the Lebanon 49-yard line. So a pickup of 11 for Chase Thomas Plummer and a Waynesville 1st and 10.
Ball moves to the 49-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Glendale next Friday night, homecoming at Yellow Jacket Stadium. Here is Vernon trying to run the football and stood up and sent backward. Heinrichs with a tackle. And it'll be a loss back to the 49.
Glendale's entertaining Bolivar tonight.
Ball moves back to the Waynesville 49-yard line, 2nd down and 11.
And in the second quarter, is the last score I have, is Glendale was up 12-0. I'm sure that's not even close to being correct.
Again, that counterplay to Plummer with the football, and Allen will latch a hold of him and drop him at the 47-yard line.
Nick Allen going, I've been watching this play on the sideline. I know you're coming, and got him by the shirt tail and was able to drop him.
So 3rd down for the Tigers at the Lebanon 46. Clock approaching 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. 52-8, black and gold. Counterplay this time. It is Brooks running the football and tripped up and spilled at the 44.
Tackle made by number 8, Keenan Roark for the Yellow Jackets.
So 4th down for the Tigers.
Ball moves to 11 and 44-yard line. Brings
They've turned the ball over on downs 3 times tonight.
Ball to the left hash. Again, it's Brooks in motion. Here's a fake by Vernon looking down the field and throwing the football to the near side. And there's an over-the-shoulder catch that is nicely made and hauled in by
number 25, Josh Best.
Josh Best, the tight end.
14, Drew Bowling.
He ran a crossing pattern from the far side of the field to the near side, and Vernon able to drop the ball right in the basket.
Got behind Drew Bowling. Bowling really tried to close the gap, playing that free safety spot out of that cover 2, but he couldn't get there quick enough, and nice catch by Bess.
32-yard gain, Waynesville's longest through the air tonight. They'll run Brooks again with the football, and he's inside the 5. Tyreek Brooks has the football at the 4 after a gain of 8.
Only 45 seconds remaining in the game.
Ball at the 4-yard line, 2nd down.
2nd down from the 4. Here's Kelsey going to the end zone, and he will score. The ball came loose at the end, but it's a touchdown for Waynesville. 4-yard run for Michael Kelsey Jr.
Michael Kelsey Jr. with the carry. Touchdown Tigers.
Ball popped out once he got in the end zone. He had cleared the goal line, and then he got hit, and that's when he came out.
So the Tigers score with 30 seconds remaining, and they'll go for 2. They were successful earlier with Kelsey on a 2-point conversion run. And Vernon will hand the ball off, but no dice here as the Jackets are waiting, and they will snuff out the 2-point try.
David Vernon with the keeper.
So Waynesville had a touchdown with 4:07 left in the second quarter. They don't score again until late here in the 4th quarter with 30 seconds remaining.
10-play, 73-yard drive for the Tigers.
You know, the scoreboard's going to be what it is, 52-14. But if you're Waynesville, I think you look at that first half and you come out and think about some positive things, especially offensively. Now, defensively, they've not been able to stop the Jackets, but their offense had the Jackets on their heels in that first quarter a little bit.
Yeah, their running game can be trouble for the opposition, and this is just game 5 for Coach Barkley and the offensive scheme that he has. So they've gotten better tonight, and I think they'll continue to get better going forward.
Kelsey's only a sophomore. Plummer's a senior. Their quarterback's a senior, but you know you got the scheme put in place.
Yeah. And again, in this era of spread offense, single wing, flex bone, that's tough for the opponent to get ready for in a week.
Well, certainly has paid off the Jackets after they made the transition from a pass-oriented spread offense to a run-oriented flex bone.
Just after 9 o'clock from KJEL in Lebanon. We're in the final stages here. Coach Will Christian will join us on the postgame show. We're waiting for the Waynesville kickoff. They don't onside. They will boot it deep. And it'll be returned from the 8-yard line.
Noah Boggs.
And he's out shy of the 25.
With the return for the Yellow Jackets. Tackle made by number 2, Tyreek Brooks.
And this will bring a conclusion to tonight's activities at Jacket Stadium. The final score, Lebanon 52 and the Waynesville Tigers 14. Postgame show is next on Regional Radio KJL.
Your look, your style, your image, your fashion. We know exactly what you're looking for.
For Granted Salon and Boutique in the heart of Osage Beach offers only the most high-end and luxurious apparel and hair services. Located off Osage Beach Parkway, across from Quick Car. Never be taken for granted.
Camber Lock Engineering and Manufacturing of Lebanon is a proud supporter of the Lebanon youth, not only athletically, but academically. And they would like to remind everyone that teaching sportsmanship and fair play is not only the responsibility of the school, but also every adult cheering on the Jackets. Have a good time cheering the Jackets on to victory, but do it with class. Camber Lock Engineering and Manufacturing of Lebanon is a proud supporter of the Lebanon Yellow Jackets.
If you've been here for almost 80 years and your business is on the 4th generation, you must be Crow Paint and Glass. Crow's offers a full line of PPG paints with all the brushes, drop cloths, and other supplies needed for any and all paint jobs. And not only do they carry auto glass, they do chip repairs, power windows and lock, door handles, and more. Along with auto glass, they do flat glass, mirrors, plexiglass, and many other glass types and installs. Crow's also carries hardware items, wallpaper, and even do custom framing. There are just too many things to mention, so stop in at Crow Paint and Glass, 390 West Elm in Lebanon.
Lebanon Ready Mix and Willard Quarries has the concrete you need, whether you're putting in a new patio, building, or remodeling, or just repairing. Lebanon Ready Mix and Willard Quarries delivers to Laclede County and the surrounding area, providing quality concrete to the homeowner and the building contractor. Free estimates are provided. They'll deliver any amount for all types of concrete construction when you want it and where you want it. Call Lebanon Ready Mix and Willard Quarries for prompt delivery to your job site. 532-2728.
First State Community Bank. We've got spirit. Yes, we do. As First State Community Bank, we're proud to support our Lebanon Yellow Jackets and Conway Bears. Being a part of the Laclede County community is important to us, and giving back is what we do. So we've got spirit. How about you? Go Jackets, go Bears. We are First State Community Bank. First State Community Bank. Success starts here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, online at fscb.com. Find us on Facebook.
So, how was your date with Tommy?
Oh, so fun. You know, he may not make a lot of money, but he always takes me to the coolest spots.
Like?
Well, we went to this place that serves totally home-style comfort food, like any kind of grilled cheese sandwich you want. So delicious and cozy, yet contemporary.
Can I come next time?
Yeah.
The Lunchbox Cafe, cooking up the best home-style foods for breakfast and lunch. Plus, they also are open for dinner from 4 to 7 p.m. on Friday. 106 East Commercial in Lebanon.
Yeah, I remember some things about my elementary school years. I remember, what's her name in 5th grade. I had a crush on her, but never told her. I remember the lunch lady. She used to bang a metal spoon on the counter when we got out of line. Her name escapes me. But I do remember the name of our bus driver, Mrs. Bernie Donnelly.
If you're looking for a rewarding career, the Lebanon R3 School District is now hiring and has openings for paraprofessionals, cooks, custodians, and bus drivers. These are well-compensated job opportunities with benefits to the right candidate, and signing bonuses are available. To find out more, go to lebanon.k12.mo.us.
Garner and Smith Insurance in Lebanon wants you to know that they're your local source for all your insurance needs and available in person, by phone, or virtually to answer any health insurance questions. Call today to schedule a free, no-obligation benefit review at 417-532-9491. Now's the right time to evaluate your current coverage and strengthen it. Make sure that you have the plan you need with the benefits you really want. Garner and Smith Insurance, across the street from Lebanon High School, supporting the Yellow Jackets and the community since 1976.
Mid-Missouri Stockyards has an extensive background and experience in the cattle industry. Zach Cox and Dan Romine have come together to create and build a successful livestock market in Lebanon and for the surrounding area. Located right off I-44, the facility creates a perfect place for sellers and a perfect location for buyers. They accept cattle on Wednesdays all day for their Thursday sale. Call Zach Cox at 417-777-1320 or Dan Romine at 573-578-4939. Or the barn Wednesday and Thursdays at 417-532-9292. And you can go online at midmissouristockyards.com.
Jackets get the win tonight by a score of 52-14. Nathan Bartell started the scoring with a 9-yard first quarter touchdown run. Gavin Smith hooked up with Austin Hendricks on a 52-yard scoring strike to make it 14-0. Then Jax Glendenning a 5-yard touchdown run with 5:10 remaining to make it 21-0 Lebanon. Chase Thomas Plummer put Waynesville on the board, a 68-yard run with 4:07 to go in the second period. Waynesville was within 21-8, but all Lebanon after that. Bartell a 31-yard run, and Rhett Rhodes a 21-yard field goal on the final play of the first half. Jackets went to the locker room up 31-8. Then Smith in the third quarter linked up with Hoyt Honey on a 29-yard touchdown pass to make it 38-8. Cade Musha, his first touchdown of the night on a 1-yard run, 45-8 Lebanon. Then Bartell with a 35-yard run that capped the scoring for the Jackets, making it 52-8 there in the fourth quarter. And Michael Kelsey had a touchdown for Waynesville on a 4-yard run with 30 seconds remaining. I'll tell you, Waynesville moved the football tonight, but not to the rate of Lebanon. The Tigers ended up with 368 yards rushing and 45 passing, and they had two 100-yard rushers, as Plummer had 122 and Kelsey had 152 for Waynesville. But the Lebanon offense tonight was dominant, as they had 562 yards on the night, 428 rushing and 134 passing. Bartell, 99 yards on 7 carries unofficially with 3 touchdowns. Musha went for 166 on 16 with a touchdown. Glendenning 77 yards on 4 carries and a TD. And Smith had 86 yards on 5 carries. And he also passed for 134 and 2 touchdowns, 4 for 6 through the air for Gavin Smith. Lebanon 16 first downs, a turnover-free football game. Lebanon penalized 50 yards on 5 occasions in the football game tonight. And the Jackets in control of this one, and they defeat the Waynesville Tigers by a score of 52-14 to go to 5-0 on the season. Jackets are back home next Friday night to take on the Glendale Falcons before they continue this tough stretch through the Ozark Conference with road games at West Plains and also at Camdenton. Coach Will Christian with us. Coach, productive offensive night for you for the Yellow Jackets, running the football, and the second straight week of throwing the football also.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we did a really nice job. We looked electric. Thought Gavin Smith played exceptional good football tonight. Spin the football really well, made some nice throws. We had some guys make some great catches. In Hoyt Honey and Austin Hendricks. And, of course, we ran the football exceptionally well, too. I mean, overall, offensively, we were dominant tonight, which, I expected. Not to sound arrogant, but coming into this ball game, we felt like offensively things would be in our favor if we executed, and I thought our kids did that. I'll be excited to watch the film. One of the big things is, we're looking at are we getting better execution as the season goes on, and so I feel like we definitely did that tonight. And defensively, I thought we played well also. A little bit leaky. I'm not sure that I like the plan that I had there, and so we'll go back to the drawing board a little bit with that in the future. Single wings a little bit new for us, and so on the weak side of it, I think we can just do better. And so we adjusted really nice at half. Coach Allen did a really nice job, and I thought we did much better, other than a cutback that we ended up getting them off the field. But I think we would have potentially 3 and out right there, and so pleased overall. I told our kids we didn't talk at all throughout the week about this being a trap game, but in all intents and purposes, it certainly could have been. Just emotionally and mentally, you don't want to overlook. Kids look at records and games in the past, and so all that stuff mentally, you worry just a little bit. But I thought our kids responded really good. I thought they played really hard and physical, which I've told you in every interview you've given me that those are things we expect, and they're doing it week in, week out. Super proud of them for that, and so now we just got to keep getting better and 1-0 and take on the next test.
I thought the defense in the first half bent on a couple occasions but didn't break. They got 4th down stops there approaching the red zone in the first half, and that allowed the offense to kind of take control of the football game and pull away by halftime.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I thought we did what we needed to do, and honestly, in some facets of it, there's so much of the misdirection and window dressing, and they're foot to foot. It's hard to see. I'm making excuses, but it's hard, and it's hard to simulate it with a scout team. And you got to credit Waynesville. They're big up front. They're foot to foot, and you know, and so matchup-wise, I talked a little bit also about the fact that I think we're built, you know, for these teams that want to spread it out, which so many of them do, so that's good. But when a team wanted to get foot to foot and get going downhill at us, that was really the first of that tonight. And we answered the bell, but I think we can do better, and it all starts with me.
I think what we're seeing with Waynesville, though, is Coach Barkley getting things going now at the midway point of the season. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, no doubt. I'm impressed with Coach Barkley, what they're doing. They have an identity. I told you that on Wednesday, that, you know, I feel like that, you know, what they're doing offensively is legit. We all know what Lamar has done. That is a Lamar-style offense, and it takes some serious dedication and effort to defend it. And in our kids' defense, we haven't invested the time that we have on some other things, and so we'll get that fixed, I guarantee it.
Well, you go from the old single wing back to the spread offense in Glendale next week, so the mode changes completely 180, doesn't it?
Or more than that. Maybe the ballerina spinning in a circle of pirouettes. No doubt, it's significantly different. But the good news about that is we've defended it a lot, and we've prepared a lot, and it's still tough. Their quarterback is very talented, and they've got, like they always do, very good receivers, and it's two good football teams in a conference and district meaningful game. So it'll be a big one, but really honestly, it's all about a faceless opponent and us being focused on us and getting better and executing and just playing good football, and we'll be ready.
All right, 5-0, 1-0 again this week. We'll try to do it again next.
Absolutely,
thanks, Coach.
Sir. Thanks.
Coach Will Christian joining us on the postgame show as Lebanon comes away victorious over the Waynesville Tigers tonight by a score of 52-14. The Tigers are now 1-4 as Waynesville with just the one win over Parkview this season. Will Christian with his 120th victory at Lebanon. He's 120-72 and now 156-82 in his 22nd season. And the Jackets go in front in the all-time series with the Tigers since 1964. They're now 30-29-1 against Waynesville. Tigers have an opportunity to get one next week. They'll host the Hillcrest Hornets at Tiger Stadium at 7 o'clock. That's going to wrap it up from Jacket Stadium tonight. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Bruce Wayne coming up with all the scores in the 10 o'clock hour as we'll wrap things up here from LHS. For Dave Millsap, for Coach Will Christian, and for Bruce Wayne, I'm Kevin Stubblefield. Again, our final score, Lebanon 52 and Waynesville 14. A good night from LHS.
Lebanon Yellow Jacket Football, brought to you by Commerce Bank, Lebanon Ready Mix, Shadle's Colonial Chapel, Mid-Missouri Stockyards, Heritage Bank of the Ozarks, Angie Long of RE/MAX Next Generation, by G3 Boats, Missouri Cooperage, Camberlock Engineering, Garner and Smith Insurance, by Lebanon Suzuki, Sing Rental, The Gravel Bar, Henderson Heating and Cooling, and by Nature's Pantry, Pro Paint and Glass, David Lehman Insurance, SJB Golf, Page Office Supply, Tracker Boats, Missouri Eagle, McKell Industrial and Steel Supply, and also by Taylor's Dairy Joy, Great Life Golf and Fitness, by Napa Auto Parts, the Lebanon Booster Club, Mid-Missouri Door, Lebanon Family Dentistry, and also by Boggs Automotive, VFW Post 4107, Lebanon R3 Schools, the Lunchbox Cafe, by Seeger Toyota, Mid-Missouri Bank, Summit Natural Gas, by Lebanon R3 Schools, First State Community Bank, Granted Salon and Boutique, and by Bulldog Concrete.